Friday?
Yeah, that's the whole Bob rule. You do it Thursday, so you can bump it up Friday.
So on Friday, you
Take a
can
victory lap.
You can take your.
Which I just think is the stupidest thing in the
I
world.
would do it Friday, have it left over the weekend, and then talk about it.
That's what I said. But
Whatever.
you know, my vote counts for very little around these parts. For very, very little.
Audio wise, did you just need what's his name?
Who?
I can see his face. You had him on Fox and Friends talking about the race and how the guy should back out.
Glenn Young.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I have the shit that you sent me.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just a package, but you want a package? So it's just her talking. I didn't know there was anything.
Yeah, I may not use it because I have more details. I got more details for
I know, because they slapped him with a fucking felony this morning.
Yeah, exactly. And he's out of the hospital.
We talked about it this morning on our show. As soon as I get out, they fucking slap him with the felony. Like,
First things first, and Cowherd didn't touch it.
I knew
Literally.
Culver wasn't going to touch it.
Literally
Because one,
didn't
it's
touch
Fox
it.
Sports, and he comes on his show.
Oh, okay, Fox. I forgot he's a Fox guy.
Yeah.
I
And
forgot
he comes
that.
on the show all the time.
But still, you're a journalist. You have to talk about that.
I know,
He's
but-
going to prison.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna probably-
He's going to prison.
Oh,
Yeah. And nobody on Fox talked about it. First Look didn't talk about it. Cowherd didn't talk about it. Didn't touch it.
he works for Fox.
I know, but still, you still gotta.
That's like the view not talking about Rudy Kimber.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good afternoon to you, wherever you may be, however you may be listening, or however you may be viewing for those subscribing on YouTube. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on a Monday, a playoff Monday. God really does have a sense of humor. He starts game 2 right when this broadcast begins. I was telling Randy, if it had been a home game, I'd have lied and said, I got tickets. Can I please go? Sit in my living room and watch it from the 65. But if it was in Los Angeles, it wouldn't be starting at 3:05. So that's a completely moot point. We got a busy broadcast to start the week. We are going to talk a little Dodger baseball when I get done introducing the show. And I got a story for you out of Virginia. Some of you may have heard about it. The attorney general there running against the Republican at a time when we're trying to de-escalate political violence. Text messages found some 3 years ago, but nevertheless, a man by the name of Jay Jones made some comments that will blow your mind, calling for the death of a Speaker of the House of their state assembly and the death of his children. And I believe this is the story of the day. There are bigger stories, kind of Hamas, but I mean, this is gargantuan because it absolutely flips the script on the gubernatorial race in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I think it's going to throw a wrench in the 26 midterms because, well, I'll explain at the bottom of the hour. Kathy Abernathy will be here. It's a Monday, so we'll talk with her at 4 o'clock. And as I alluded to briefly, Hamas has, I hate to use the word Hamas and agreed in the same sentence. You know what I'm saying? But they are insisting they are going to release all of the hostages and meet most of Donald Trump's demands for a ceasefire. We'll get into that. And then just on a lark, we're going to bring in George Culver at 5 o'clock. I know it'll be 2 hours into the ball game, but we'll get his assessment on game 1 and really by that time, partly through game 2. And we'll wrap up the show. I've got to get into this Mark Sanchez story. The kid out of SC that played for the Jets looked like he was going to be one of the best quarterbacks the Jets had ever seen since Joe Namath got him to, was it 2 consecutive AFC championships with Rex Luthor? No, it's Lex Luthor. No, that's Lex Luthor. Racer X, Speed Racer's brother, who I always thought was cooler than Speed.
Red X was one of Batman's cohorts.
Rex, that's about it. Rex What am I trying to say, Chris? Tyrannosaurus Rex. What am I saying? What? The dinosaur. Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't know if that's old age or ignorance. I think it's a little bit of both. Tyrannosaurus Rex. But the Rex Ryan, he what? How what? Why does he do that? Why does he turn it down at the end of his show? And why don't I remember to turn it back up at the beginning of my show? But yeah, he won a couple of AFC championships with Rex Ryan, and people thought this guy was going to be the next Joe Namath, or at least get him to a Super Bowl. And then his career just kind of dwindled talent-wise. And then there was the Bumble Gate. What did they call that? The butt fumble, where he ran into his lineman and fumbled the ball when he ran into his butt. And now he's being charged with battery, with injury, unlawful entry of a vehicle, and public intoxication. Did you hear what he was doing? You know how he got into the row with the 69-year-old man? A 69-year-old man. That's why it's not going to go well for Mr. Sanchez. He's 38 years old, and he's literally on the very morning he's supposed to be calling the Colts-Raiders game. He's rolling on the ground in the parking lot behind a bar with a 69-year-old man. This ain't going to go well for Mr. Sanchez.
No.
Just another SC graduate. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, but there's no correlation.
Don't you start.
But do you know what he was doing?
So apparently, I don't know exactly what he was headed to do. I just know he was drunk, trying to get the guy to move his truck, pulled him out of the truck. Do
you know what he was doing in the parking lot? Why he had to approach the man?
That I'm not sure.
He was doing wind sprints.
He was running in the.
He was doing wind sprints.
Okay.
And the guy was in his way. The grease hauler, or whatever the guy was, grease truck hauler, which is a occupation I've never heard of.
See, I heard box truck driver. I don't
know. Well, New York Post said it was a grease truck driver.
I believe in
whatever that is. And that's how they got into it. Dude, I'm trying to run my wind sprints. Would you move the truck?
See, that's what I was thinking. Is like, because he was getting him to move the truck so he could drive away and go somewhere else. That's even worse because you were drunk at the time.
No, he wanted the guy to move the truck, and the guy wouldn't move it, so he jumped in. Well, then I'll move it, son of a gun. And then the guy freaked out and pepper sprayed him, and it didn't affect Mark because he was drunk as a skunk. And pepper spray affects people differently.
It really doesn't work the way you think it does.
Yeah, and he kept fighting the guy, and the guy stabbed him, damn near killed him.
3 times.
Yeah, he's since been released. We'll update you. We'll get to that at the end of the broadcast because that's not a big story. But the big story of the day is it. Do we have it? Do I need to bring down the shades?
I'm working on it.
You got it on your phone. Or you got it on the thing. I just need to know whether I need to lower the shades.
You're gonna need to lower the shades during the break.
Okay, great. Because here comes our girl. I'm gonna shade them right when she comes around the corner.
Oh my goodness!
Let me take my heads off. I might even give her a wave.
No, he's lowering the shade.
Oh, no, she didn't even look. Hi. She didn't even look.
Yeah, because she saw you walking up there.
She saw me and got scared?
Exactly. She said, what is he doing?
Oh, battle axe. She's not even that cute. Blake Snell taking the bump. Yeah, I like that one. Blake Snell taking the bump for us. And please stand by. Jesus Luzardo taking the bump. Oh, and look, the Dodgers are at it already. The Dodgers are at it already. Mookie. How the hell are we going to do this show? How the Sam hell are we going to do this show?
I'm going to have to turn the game off.
Yeah, you really are. You really are. You really are. Trey Turner, who hasn't been able to hit water, he fell out of a boat.
That's not true.
Are you kidding me? He, Schwarber, and Harper are 1 for 11 with 6 strikeouts.
One game. Let's pump the brakes.
They were all 3 0 for 9 against Shohei Ohtani.
Pump the brakes.
Just saying.
Fine.
Just saying.
I'm not worried.
See, the problem with guys that hit 240 in short series is they can go hitless in a whole 5-game period. You know what I'm saying? Maybe hit 2 home runs, but by statistics alone, you figure if it goes 5 games, what's that, 20 at bats? So what's he going to get? If he's statistically consistent with his batting average, what's 10% of 20 is 2. So that means he'd get 4 hits in the series. Good luck winning with that kind of stats.
You're talking as if your Dodgers don't hit the same numbers.
What you talking about, Willis? We got rid of all our 190s. Conforto didn't make the club. Dean made the club, but he's sitting on the bench and he's hitting 250. And Kike was hitting 200, but Kike's in playoff mode. And you saw what Kike did the other night, did you not? Were you not watching Saturday?
I was watching.
Did you not watch Crunchman, Clutchman, Kike? Who just, you're right. He could be hitting 111 and the Dodgers would keep him just for the playoffs. That boy, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. And it's not like it was a bloop double down the right field line that caught the chalk and got stuck in the corner. He yanked that thing down the line like it was a line drive. And then lazy-ass Teo comes and saves our day. Explain that to me, Mr. Sportsman. How the hell he's jogging after a triple?
That shocked me.
I mean, you got to dive for that ball.
At least.
And not let it get to the wall.
At least reach down as if trying to pretend like you're trying to pick it up.
He was jogging. It looked like a football player going to the locker room after a football game.
What got me is he actually took a solid, like it wasn't the best angle in the world to go get that ball, but he did meet it at one point and didn't even he walked over it.
And coming after that drop the other night, dude, every time the ball is hit to right field now, I'm just like, oh, Lord.
You know what's funny? Right after that play, they pan to him in the outfield, and he's just like a little kid in the outfield playing with his hat, picking his nose. I'm like, dude, what are you doing out there?
I hit home runs. That's what I do. I hit home runs.
And no kidding. Matt Strong gave him a fat fastball right high enough for him to launch it.
I hit home runs. I don't catch the ball. I hit home runs. I hit home runs. Shohei should be out there. I don't. And this is the worst Latin impersonation I've ever heard in my life. But I hit home runs and I throw sunflower seeds. That's what I do. What else is going on in this ballgame that you need to know? Added to the roster, obviously, Clayton Kershaw, Anthony Banda. Guys that didn't make it, Justin Robliski, the left-hander, didn't expect him to make it. And, of course, Mr. 190, Michael Conforto. That must be so hard.
Being the starter for so long.
Throughout the whole season. Throughout the whole season, you're in the lineup. They believe in you. Every time you come in going 0 for 4, Dave hugs you and says, I believe in you. Until it becomes dead president's time. And until there's real money on the line. And then I gotta leave you in Burbank, my brother. I'm sorry. You can watch it at Wild Wings, but you're not traveling. You think you traveled with him? You think he's in Philly?
I feel like he might be.
Do they let him suit up?
No,
you cannot suit up.
Well, I don't think you can suit up now, because if you're not on the roster, they can't use you.
Then he's not in the dugout in a sweatsuit.
He was a starter for the majority of the year. They might have done it just because, with loyalty's sake. You know what I mean?
And what, let him sit in the dugout?
Yeah. Just stay in your warm-ups. Don't even worry about switching out into pants or anything, because you can't be used. You're not on the roster.
Right.
They can't just pull him and say, oh, yeah, he's just been here with us all day. Like that wouldn't make sense.
It ain't cheat. Get down. Did he catch that?
He caught that.
Dude, we got to turn this off. There's no way I can watch this. We advanced the runners at least. We advanced Mookie. Yeah, thank you. We got to turn it off. There's no way.
We're already 3 minutes over, and you haven't even gotten nowhere yet.
No, I'm not saying the game is over. I just can't. We won't get through.
Oh no, I'm saying we're 3 minutes over in the segment.
Yeah, well, no, I don't care
about at that level.
Let me get through all my Dodger notes. Your boy Bader is in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
He's suffering with a bad groin, so we're not worried about him.
Sucks. He's the only Gold Glover we have in the outfield.
Yep, you're right about that. Snell is coming in with a 5-3 record, 3.25 ERA. This is his 13th playoff game, and that's about all you need to know.
What's his record in the playoffs? I know he's always
5-3 with a 3.25 ERA.
13 starts?
13 starts.
That's not bad.
No, we'll take that. I'll spot you guys 3 runs right now. We win. I give you 3 runs right now. We still win the ball game.
How we don't chalk on with multiple guys on base in multiple instances.
All right, you got to turn the game back. You got to turn it back. You got to turn it back. You got to turn it back.
You're fine. You'll get up there.
I think I'll have less concentration with it off than I will with it on. I just have to have the discipline not to scream like I did when Freddie hit that ball. Get down, get down, get down. We got a great show for you. We really do. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, I'll tell you the story that's going on in Virginia that's causing all kind of hell and what ramifications it'll have. Kathy Abernathy will come and brighten up things at 4 o'clock. We'll talk about the Hamas deal and our good friend George Culver. It's always fun to talk with George. If you're new to our community, George Culver played for the Dodgers, threw a no-hitter in Major League Baseball, and has written a book, Why Me? It's a great read. I've read it 1.5 times. I read it once, and then I read it halfway on our last trip to Washington. And apparently, I am headed to Washington a week from today. Somebody canceled. I only had 2 media spots, but someone canceled, apparently, which is terrible. And that is our week of our fundraiser, which is unfortunate because normally we have veterans in that week, but I'll be with the veterans, so you'll hear a ton of interviews. But I'm calling on you. We're trying to raise $50,000 next Thursday. It's our 8th annual Kern County Honor Flight fundraiser. We raised over $300,000 thanks to your incredible generosity, and we call on you yet again. In the meantime, you're listening on a Monday, 6th day of October, the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 AM 1180 KERN. We're streaming live at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 11.
You got Mass Maker right here. You want to play it?
Yeah.
Court is off and running for their fall session, and we will bring you the big decisions as they happen without left-wing spin. Will actually help you understand what the rulings mean.
How'd the big peace meeting with Hamas go? How's the shutdown going? We'll check in on all those stories on the next Armstrong and Getty Show.
Weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
The shutdown inside the Beltway continues, and we'll discuss that on Thursday with our money man, Daniel Petrie from Messmaker and Petrie Wealth Advisors. How long this thing goes on and how it impacts you, Daniel will try to break down for you. That is the joy of having him as part of the team. Daniel not only has economic knowledge, but has a political savvy that can explain these things and how it impacts your wallet. And of course, every day I try to remind you guys what Messmaker and Petrie Wealth Advisors are all about. They're all about retirement, diversity beyond your 401k, beyond Social Security. As I've said, I've been a client now for almost a decade. It's the smartest financial move I've ever made. Call Daniel today, 395-9400, 395-9400. His office is located right on the corner of 21st and Oak. Daniel Petrie and the folks at Messmaker and Petrie Wealth Advisors.
This broadcast is for informational purposes only. Does not constitute a solicitation or offer to buy or sell any security, future option, or other financial instrument, or to offer or provide any investment advisory or other services to any person in any jurisdiction by Daniel Petrie or MPWA Inc., DBA Messmaker and Petrie Wealth Advisors. Any views expressed in this broadcast by us are prepared based upon the information available to us at the time, and we are under no obligation to update our views.
Carpet Outlet Plus. Every day is sale day.
No one can beat us, no one can touch us. You won't find better prices. Shop and compare, we don't care. Take a look our way and come into
Carpet Outlet Plus. Every day is sale day.
Oh no, Dad, I spilled juice on the carpet.
Don't worry, kiddo. We have stain-resistant carpet from Carpet Outlet Plus.
Dad, look, he dumped his water bowl all over the new floors.
Everything is fine. We have brand new waterproof floors from Carpet Outlet Plus. You can find everything you need for family-proof floor at Bakersfield's best flooring store. Now offering 1-year, no-interest financing. Carpet Outlet Plus, 3.5 blocks west of 99 on Rosedale Highway.
Carpet Outlet Plus. Every day is sale day.
This is your intrepid news reporter, Scoop Newsman, coming to you live from a helicopter high above the historic Santa Margarita Ranch. From this break reporter's lofty vantage point, I can see preparations are continuing for the return of the Jingle Bell Express that will whisk passengers to Santa's village. Reports are that the historic Jingle Bell Express will be pulling amongst their cadre of rolling stock, genuine original Disney train cars. Once you arrive, kids and adults will be entertained like never before with a mystic magic show, a charming Christmas market, adorable pony rides, and more food, fun, and frivolity than ever. The Jingle Bell Express will be arriving at the historic Santa Margarita Ranch November 28th and running until December 21st. But get your tickets now. This reporter also has a source deep inside Santa's village that has confirmed that if your plans change, your tickets can change too from now until November. So make sure you reserve your seats on the Jingle Bell Express by going to christmas@themargarita.com before the Christmas train passes you by.
The Charlie Kirk Show, weekdays at 6 p.m. on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the Ralph.
Saturday with Mr. Turnipseed and what else I did? I had lunch, Mexicali, didn't do much there, and then had a little minor date Saturday night.
Positive, negative, positive?
Positive, very positive. We're still on the jetway, but we are very fast approaching getting on the plane.
Fantastic.
We're still on the jetway.
Still on the jetway.
It's a long line. People taking long to show their boarding passes.
You guys are in coach. They're just putting on all the first class people.
No, we're going first class.
Oh, you're going first class.
We're going first class. It's Rob Bailey. We go first class. But we're on there. But shot at 87. It could have been worse, could have been better. I hit a putt on 12. I had a birdie putt on 12 that had it not hit the stick, it would still be rolling. And I knew it was going to hit the stick, and I thought it was going to bounce like 7 feet because I crushed it.
Did you really?
And I was like, oh, God, that thing is going to roll off the green.
Like,
and it hit the stick and somehow bounced 2 inches away. And I tapped in for par. Very sweet. Very sweet. I went par, par, par. I parred the par 5, 11th, with a nice downhill right to left putt that could have got away from me. And then I made the best sand shot I've made in years. I pulled it because there's water on 12 right. I had to get you in your sphincter just a little bit. So I pulled it. So now you're in that left bunker, and now you're facing the water. And I've done it where you catch it full, all ball, and you fly it right in the water. And I put it within 4 feet and knocked it in. Par number 2. And then on 12 or 13, I hit it just short of the green and hit the worst putt I've ever hit, and hit the stick and stayed right there. I tapped in for par. 3 pars in a row. So it could have been worse, could have been better, but I'm just consistently back in the 80s. I couldn't play Sunday because I went out Saturday night. I got home at like 1, got to bed at like 2. And I got to be out there like 6:40 at the latest. The tee off at 7, so I got to swing the stick a little bit. I got to, I don't hit many balls before I play. I hit like a dozen, maybe 20 balls before I play. But 6:30, man, when you're in bed at 1:30 on a Saturday night, 6:30 comes mighty early. But I am playing with Swaim and them next Sunday because on Saturday I will be unable to play. Why will I be unable to play next Saturday, Chris Burdick?
Because not only will you be at the Greek Food Festival, but you'll be at Brunch Fest.
No, I just realized that. I'll be at the Greek Food Fest on Sunday. I got to call the ladies. Elaine and Annette were brought in nice little treats for all of us.
Baklava.
Yeah. What ours is Brunch Fest is 11 to 3 at the Great Kern County Fairgrounds. So if you come join us, it's all hands on deck. Come out, meet everybody. What time does their event start?
I Oh Lord, I was just listening to them talk about it.
I know. You're
It's
supposed
extended hours on Sunday. I know that, and I believe it starts at 11. I can double check though. If I'm not mistaken, it would start probably about the time ours ends, around 3.
I was going to say, and you really think, I'm really sorry. It's been
too much to
It's
say.
been
You
21
can't-
years. It's been
can't
21 years, and I know it's hard to believe, but I actually sometimes forget I'm doing a radio show, especially when I'm talking with Chris. I really apologize. It's so rude. Now, what were we saying?
I was saying.
Yeah, there's no way I'm leaving that and going to take a shower and then run to their thing. I'm going to have to just, I'm going to text them and just say I'll be there Sunday. Well, I mean,
You could also go Friday. It is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
After the show? That's not likely. Sunday, well, I'm done golfing by 10:30 in the morning. I can take a nap, take a shower, and actually be there. But I have to be there this year. Annette and Elaine were on JR's show early today and brought us all kind of homemade baklava and homemade bread. Back half of the first hour, I would stick around if I you.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. It's the eve of the 2-year anniversary of the Gaza war, and peace negotiations are taking place in Egypt. The White House is hopeful the Israeli-Hamas talks will lead to a release of hostages and a ceasefire. On Capitol Hill at this hour, the Senate is voting on a GOP plan that would end the government shutdown, which is now in its 6th day. 60 votes are needed to pass. The bill is widely expected to fail, as it did last week. The Nobel Prize in Medicine goes to 3 scientists for key immune system discoveries. Their work uncovered a key pathway the body uses to keep the immune system in check. Experts called the findings critical to understanding autoimmune diseases such as type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, and lupus. On Wall Street, the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 posted all-time highs. The Dow lost 63. This is SR
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm John Shearer. Pacific Gas and Electric wants feedback from the public on a proposed Wheeler Ridge Junction project. 3 open house events are scheduled for Bakersfield. The first is this evening at Friendship House Community Center at 6 p.m. The proposed infrastructure project would involve 27 miles of power lines across Bakersfield and parts of Kern County. The search for a suspect in an early Sunday morning Bakersfield homicide continues. The Bakersfield Police Department said they responded to the report of a shooting just before 1 a.m. Sunday morning on Meadow Vista Court in Bakersfield. Meanwhile, reports say the Kern County Coroner's Office has identified the man shot and killed as an 18-year-old resident of Bakersfield. I'm John Shearer in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
You've got your whole life
No,
ahead
they
of
hit
you.
me up about
So choose a Medicare plan
Because
you
you have
can
to come
count
out there
on.
with like
And that's what
leaflets
you
and
get
all
with a
kind of crazy
Medicare
shit.
Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years experience
no,
serving
no,
its
2:30,
members,
there's no way in the
United
world.
Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life
You read the whole
today
day,
and
they
as
want
your
you to
needs
come out
change
with, like,
tomorrow.
pamphlets
The Medicare annual
leaflets
enrollment
and-
period ends December 7th. So go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage California can count on.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your
How
home
can
with
you
a home
make it
equity
back in
line of
time?
credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash
Shit, why
offer
don't you
in
go?
minutes.
Oh, you're-
That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash
There's no
you
way I
can
can make it
get.
back.
No
Where is it?
stress,
It's way
no
on the other side
waiting.
of town,
Just
isn't it?
smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
It's the JR Show.
So Chick Bag Clip Andre Gonzalez was asking, why are we upset that Dolores Huerta gets the money when we weren't upset that any other business gets the money? Well, Dolores Huerta is the only business in town that has gone out and actively campaigned for Prop 50 or any other political thing. That's why we're upset about it. You can't give money from a city to a political organization disguised as a nonprofit.
The JR Show, weekdays at 2 p.m. The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the Ralph Bailey Show.
By the way, just a side note before we get started. I hear you and Turnip Seed cry money the Dodgers spend and blah, 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 blah. Do you know what the discrepancy? By the way, the Phillies are fourth in spending.
That's why I don't cry about it.
Do you know what the difference is between us and you guys?
I'm sorry?
Do you know the difference money-wise between us
not
and
much,
you?
but yeah. How much?
$60 million. $60 million.
Yeah, that's a ton.
That sounds like, when I was in high school, that'd be a ton of money. That'd be what George would spend, and everybody else would be spending like $10, $15 million. But today, $60 million? No, come on.
I echo the sentiment of Bryce Harper. Only losers complain about what the Dodgers
Thank
do.
you. It's Dodgers, Yankees. Well, there's no two. Why is there no second one? It goes 1, 3, 4. Why is that? I don't know why.
Dodgers are first and second.
Huh?
Because Dodgers are first and second.
I guess.
Dodgers
spend
$350
million. Yeah, they left out the Mets. You're absolutely right.
Has to be
because the Mets aren't in the top 25. So it has to be the Mets.
That's a good point too. Randy just said it might just be playoff teams.
Seattle, Boston, Detroit, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Cleveland. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's what it is. You're right. They all are playoff teams.
I mean, that should tell you already, though, that owners spending money equals winning baseball.
Cincinnati's 23rd. Cleveland's 25th. Just saying. Boston's not even in the top 10, which is surprising.
And
Detroit is 17th. So
yeah, okay, Detroit's the outlier. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Because Cubbies will dip into the pay.
Oh, Cubbies are 10th. They spent $211 million.
Tigers are also in a really bad division.
True that. So here's the story of this guy, Jay Jones. And normally, nobody would be paying attention to the top cop job in the Commonwealth of Virginia. But Mr. Jones is especially extraordinary. And I'm just going to read from the New York Post. In 2022, Jones, a former member of Virginia's House of Delegates, sent texts to a former colleague, Carrie Connor, a Republican from Chesterfield, musing about a scenario in which Jones, listen to this now, Jones had 2 bullets available, according to a copy of the text confirmed by the Washington Post after they were first reported Friday by National Review. He basically said, House Speaker Todd Gilbert, Adolf Hitler, and Cambodian dictator Pol Pot were 3 choices. Which one would you shoot? He said, Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head, he wrote. According to a screenshot, spoiler, this is a direct quote, spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. Jones also said he would urinate on the future graves of his political opponents and evoked Gilbert's wife and children in the text exchange with Coiner, saying the couple was evil and that they were, quote, breeding little fascists. A former Virginia election official said Jones could theoretically withdraw. You think? There's no coming back from this. This disqualifies you. There's a line. I know that's hard to believe in the 21st century in 2025, but once you start talking about the death of children, let alone the death of these 2 people, 2 bullets in the head, bada bing, bada bang, you're disqualified, son. You're absolutely disqualified. But here's the kicker. And were we not just talking about this, Chris? Were we not just talking about this a week ago in the gubernatorial race? They're already voting.
Yep.
They're already voting. 350,000 Virginians have already voted. And this is the poster child for my argument that you cannot have early voting because anything can happen. Look what happened in 2016 when not Mueller, but the guy who just got indicted, James Comey, jumped in 11 days before the election. And you better believe that everybody with the name of Clinton or Rodham or even a liberal Democrat believe that's why Hillary lost in 2016. And you know what? You can make a pretty damn good argument for that. That Comey accidentally put his finger on the scale just a little bit. But this is gargantuan because there is simply no returning from this. Citing an unnamed source, National Review reported on a phone call between Jones and Coyner that followed some of the texts. The publication participated. Jones is arguing that the only way policy changes is, quote, listen to this, when policymakers feel pain themselves, like the pain that parents feel when they watch their children die from gun violence. Then at one point, the source said, he suggested he wished Gilbert's wife could watch her own child die in her arms so that Gilbert might reconsider his political views. That you're disqualified. And here's the beauty. If there's a silver lining in this politically and walking away from the disgusting, insane comments by this idiot, the Democrats aren't really running away from him. There is a gubernatorial race going on between Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears, the African-American badass Marine who won along with Glenn Youngkin 4 years ago. But not only does the Commonwealth of Virginia have the ridiculous rules of not voting on one day, voting for weeks and weeks and weeks, but they also don't allow the governor to run for re-election. Now, you can do what Terry McAuliffe did on the Democratic side. You can do the Trump, the Grover Cleveland, where you win, sit out a term, and then win again, but you can't run in consecutive races. And the guy that what Jones was talking about was Speaker Todd Gilbert and his wife. But Abigail Spanberger, who's running against Winnie Earl Sears, has not completely and totally condemned this guy. And this disqualifies you. There's no, I'm sorry. This is what he wrote. This is what this nitwit wrote. And I can't find my glasses, so let's hope I can get through this. I take full responsibility for my actions, and I want to issue my deepest apologies to Speaker Gilbert and his family. Reading back those words made me sick to my stomach. I am embarrassed and ashamed and sorry. Virginians deserve honest leaders who admit they are wrong and own up to their mistakes. Well, he's handling it well. Because what have I always said? It's not necessarily, sometimes it's not the error you make, it's how you handle it. In this case, it's the error that you made. There's no returning from this. And if Democrats don't demand, Trump already has, obviously, but if Democrats don't demand that they get this guy off the ticket, they all go down like a pile of cards right along with him. You can't talk about people's kids. You can't say something that a mother should die with her kids in her hands and bounce back from that? No. You've become O.J. Simpson. You are a pariah. There's no return. There's no rehabilitation from that. And any Democrat that won't full-throatedly, vociferously, wholeheartedly demand that, not just condemn him, but demand that you get a new candidate for the AG's office, you're screwed. And the thing that you need to know is Winnie Earl Sears was losing to Spanberger. It looked like for certain the Democrat was going to ruin that gubernatorial race. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not unless Spanberger comes out tonight and says, I demand that he get off the ticket. I absolutely demand. This is deplorable. It's unacceptable. He doesn't represent the Democratic Party. We don't want to have anything to do with him. And she has yet to do that. And the longer it goes, and they don't walk away from this cat, they're going to go right down with him. And I mean, he couldn't have picked, well, I guess he didn't pick because they're 3 years old, but these comments could not have reared their ugly head at a worse time for a politician. Following the death of Charlie Kirk, the 2 assassination attempts, hell, just this past weekend, a judge down near Charleston, South Carolina, had her house burned down. Her husband was a former state senator. So they're not certain whether they were going after the state senator or going after the judge. The husband was injured. 2 others were injured. They absolutely burned down her home. Beautiful, beautiful place. Just about, from what I understand, about a half hour from Charleston. If you're familiar with the east coast of South Carolina, it's gorgeous. And just burned down her house. Absolutely burned down her house. And there's no question. I don't know about y'all, but that's political violence in my book. And then this thing rears its head for this guy who wants to be the top cop of all things. It's not like he wants to be a senator or even a governor, for that sake. He wants to be the attorney general. He wants to be the guy that applies the laws. And he's talking about putting 2 bullets in some guy's head and his wife. And why pick on his wife? Why go there? You've got a problem with some guy, and you write, and I hope his wife sees his baby die in her hands so they understand, so they'll change their policy, so that they'll understand misery. No, this isn't Jimmy Kimmel. This isn't Dave Chappelle. This isn't cancel culture. This is disqualification. There's or let's all get on our hands and knees and pray I'm wrong, and pray that the Democrats support this guy and they keep him on the ticket. That's the best case scenario for the Democratic Party, and the best case scenario for gubernatorial candidate Winnie Sears. But we'll see what happens. Because I think these guys today are arrogant enough to think I can come back. That if I own this, if I go on The View, if I go on Rachel Maddow, if I go on these shows, maybe do a 60-minute interview where they'll cut it up for me like they did for Kamala, maybe I can come back. Good luck, my friend. Let's go ahead and take a break. And we come back. I've got some miscellaneous news and notes to get to. We'll check the board, see what you all are talking about. Our phone number, 842-5376, 842-KERN. Kathy Abernathy joins us at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock. And George Culver, the single finest pitching instructor in all of Kern County, and one of the numerous great athletes to come out of this area, pitched for the Dodgers and for the Phillies. So this ought to be rich. In fact, I think his no-hitter was with the Phillies. I don't think it was with the Dodgers. I should know that, having read his book. It was with the Phillies.
I believe you're right.
Quick timeout. It's TRBS on a Monday, right here on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. We're streaming live at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Start your day right. First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday edition of the First Look program, certified water goddess and my oldest and dearest friend, Lois Henry from sjvwater.org. Will be joining us. Plus news and traffic and weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Please meet Paul Sheldon's client, Vivian Rushing.
Hi, my name is Vivian Rushing. I am a client of Paul Sheldon. They helped me get everything in order. I had no clue what I was doing, and they were wonderful. The staff is amazing. Lynn and Kelly go out of their way to make you feel comfortable when you walk through the doors and make sure you have everything that you need. Paul is very accommodating. He uses himself as an example to help you understand the process of the insurance and what benefits you should be looking at and what you shouldn't be looking at and how to go about getting it together. I have recommended Paul Sheldon. Just a couple of days ago, I was in line to get my medications, and this gentleman was talking about retiring and didn't know what to do. I told him, contact Paul Sheldon. He's the best. I just want to say thank you, Paul Sheldon. You're wonderful and your staff is amazing.
When Medicare matters, our team has the answers. Team Paul Sheldon.
398-2298.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MILE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MILE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MILE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Are you looking for a hospital that truly cares for your health and well-being? At Good Samaritan Hospital, they provide high-quality medical detox, psychiatric services, and medical and surgical care. They accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal, Medicare, and Kern Family. They offer Kern County's longest-standing inpatient detox program with dual diagnosis that combines medical care and withdrawal management all under one roof. Learn more at GoodSamaritanHospital.com or call 661-215-7500. Good Samaritan Hospital. They care for their community.
Don't miss Megyn Kelly live on stage with special guests Charlie Sheen and Victor Davis Hanson, November 20th at Dignity Health Arena. Get tickets now at MegynKelly.com. Presented by Y-Refi and SiriusXM.
The Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, live 9 to noon. Now, back to the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I had some work done on my bathroom.
Oh.
And I'm using what? I just have a slow leak.
Oh.
And I didn't know how to.
I thought you meant like some renovations or like changing it up.
No. I need it because that thing's going to collapse just like it did in my living room.
You have a bubble?
On the side, but then I have like this crack at the ceiling and like this black mold that's in the corner.
You need to get that looked at.
Oh, they've seen it. They inspect our apartment like twice a year. They've seen it. They're very much aware of it, and they'll fix it when it collapses. Yep. And my bathroom is underwater like my living room was. The day of what event was that I missed? The beginning of the fair. It was a year ago. It was a year ago when I missed the event at the fair, and being in a flooded home wasn't good enough for an excuse, apparently. We'll still get into that. But the reason I brought that up is because I was just starting to get into the Leyva story when I swear I was working on it. Somebody knocked on the door and I got up and let them in and let them deal with it. And I forgot to get back to the Leyva story. It's the story of Lawrence Leyva, the kid that was stabbed in the neck by, please hang on, by Bradley. I believe his name was Perez. But let's double check. Yeah, Bradley Perez. And the DA's office offered a 6-year plea deal. And the only thing new is that 17 got a hold of the DA that prosecuted the case, and we'll have that audio for you tomorrow. I just totally forgot about it. Their flimsy reason for allowing a man who stabbed another man, 2 children really, 20 years old, in the neck, the Leyvas, as you can imagine. And I don't know, what do y'all think? Should we try to get the family on? I just feel like it's too early or it's kind of exploitive, but I'd be interested to hear what they have to say. I mean, they've talked to 17. They're obviously livid at the idea that the DA even offered this to Umberto Sala, who, you know, jumped at it the second came out of their pie hole. And I think part of it is that they don't want to deal with Umberto Sala, who, as I've always said, my mother is my second call if I'm ever accused of a very serious crime. My first call is to HA. I'll tell you that right now. And they don't want to deal with this guy. And it's been a long time. What's the word I'm looking for? Trend, let's call it, being nice. The DA's office just cutting deals and not taking things to trial. And I know that they're shorthanded. I know that Cynthia Zimmer would love to have a dozen more attorneys. Hell, at one point, a couple of years ago, she called in Ed Jagels to help out prosecuting cases. That's how shorthanded they are. So I understand the realities of it. But I think when someone dies, when a young person is so evil that they're capable of putting a knife into somebody's neck, you're going to see them again. This kid isn't done. He's going to go to prison for 5.5, 6 years. He's going to get harder. He's going to get savvier. He's going to be amongst, you know, his idols, his mentors, the people that he's going to flock to just to defend himself in prison, because that's part of the deal. You got to get with a group of pretty bad hombres just to defend yourself from the other brothers. And it's, yes, it is racially mixed up, where the brothers hang with the brothers, the Latinos hang with the Latinos, and the white supremacists hang with the white supremacists. And he's going to hang out with the Latinos, and they're going to get harder. They're gangbangers. And what you think he's going to come out a better man? He's going to come out rehabilitated? I'll never do this again? Are you kidding me? And if an idiot radio talk show host knows this, don't you think the people in law enforcement know this? Don't you think that the DA investigators knew this? That the DAs themselves knew this? That the DA herself absolutely knows that? It just makes no sense that a guy that punched me twice in the face got 2 years. He stuck a knife in somebody's neck. He gets 6. Diddy, for 2 prostitution-related accounts, got 4 years, 2 months. This kid stuck a knife in somebody's neck. We'll see him in about 6 years. As Sadie Bailey used to say, just don't make no sense. Just don't make no sense, no matter how you cut it. Well, you don't know the extenuating circumstance. I'll give it in. Somebody died. That's all I need to know. Somebody died. It was at the hands of this kid. He should go away for 10, 15, 20 years. He should be removed from society because he ain't going to get no better. Who you got?
Jennifer's on the line.
Jennifer, you're on the Ralph Bailey Show.
Hi, Ralph. How are you?
I'm great, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
This is actually my first time calling in.
That's okay. Good to hear from you.
Well, so you're talking about the guy that stabbed the other guy and only got 6 years.
Yeah.
That exact same thing happened to my brother in 2003. He was stabbed in the neck by, it was a random guy that was on drugs. But because my brother's a big guy, it didn't kill him. It scraped his vocal cords.
Wow.
And got 2 centimeters from his jugular.
Wow.
And the only thing that saved him was his size. He was in surgery for like 7 hours at KMC. So this was, again, 2003, so long before Cynthia Zimmer was DA. But
yeah, I'm thinking that was Lisa Green back in those days.
I think it was before Lisa, actually. I think it was at Jagels still.
Yeah, in 03? Okay.
Yeah, but he originally plea dealed and got probation, just probation.
No jail time.
And no jail time at all, except for, what he had served, waiting for trial.
Right.
And then my family went to the media, and then they were able to get more, but the max I think he got was 6 years. And so he didn't serve, half of that.
Right.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's really the criminal problem today. The prisons now become a revolving door. And these guys, have you kept track of this guy? Has he committed more crimes at all, or would you just try to forget about him?
We just tried to forget about him.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. I know he had to be transferred a lot because I have so many families,
Yeah.
family members that work in prison.
How's your brother?
He's fine now, 25 years later.
Yeah, good.
However long.
Good.
But yeah, he's good now.
Good to hear it. All right, I got a hard break. I got to fly. Thanks for the call. That was great information. Thank you.
Thanks.
Take care. Wow. See, that's the issue. It's not even police anymore. It's not even the judges. It's legislation, I suppose. Headed into the 4. Kathy Abernathy is next.
This is AM 1180 KERN Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM Bakersfield. Online at KERNradio.com.
That was Jennifer?
Breaking news this hour from
shit, I
Town
didn't
Hall.
know that.
I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. On Capitol Hill, the Senate has failed again to pass a GOP plan to fund the government and end the government shutdown. Now in its 6th day, the measure fell short of the 60 votes needed for passage. Appearing on the Salem radio network, House Speaker Mike Johnson pleaded with Senate Democrats to support temporary funding in order to restore government services.
We take no pleasure in this because it's not just a cat and mouse game. It's not a political contest between R's and D's. We've got millions of Americans being seriously adversely affected right now.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Democrats do stand ready to end the shutdown if Republicans are willing to talk.
Senate Democrats return to Washington, ready to negotiate, ready to work with Republicans to reopen the government and end the health care crisis that faces tens of millions of Americans.
Yeah, I ran into him in Mexico County this weekend.
To have a negotiation.
And Turnham
There's new coronavirus guidance coming from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
The CDC is no longer recommending COVID-19 shots for all, leaving the decision to patients. The Centers for Disease Control announced the change, saying people should decide for themselves in consultation with a medical professional if they need a COVID-19 shot. That goes along with the decision last month by an advisory panel handpicked by U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Before this year, U.S. health officials recommended annual COVID-19 boosters for all Americans ages 6 months and older. The idea was to update protection against the coronavirus as it continues to evolve. I'm Haya Panjwani.
A federal judge has given the Trump administration 2 days to respond to Illinois' lawsuit challenging the president's plan to send National Guard troops to Chicago. More on these stories at townhall.com.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm John Shearer. A bill that would allow car dealers to significantly increase the fee they charge for processing documents related to the sale of the vehicle is waiting for the governor's signature. The bill's author, State Senator Dave Cortese, said in a statement that dealers need to recover their costs and noted that California's new fee would still be lower than the national average. Governor Newsom has until Monday to sign, veto, or let it become law without a signature. The search for a suspect in an early Sunday morning Bakersfield homicide continues. The Bakersfield Police Department said they responded to the report of a shooting just before 1 a.m. Sunday morning on Meadow Vista Court in Bakersfield. Meanwhile, reports say the Kern County Coroner's Office has identified the man shot and killed as an 18-year-old resident of Bakersfield. The AAA reports the price of gas at the pump in Bakersfield has been holding steady at around $4.60 a gallon for regular. That may be about to change because of last week's fire at a Chevron refinery in El Segundo. Industry experts suggest a possible supply reduction as a result of the fire may cause a bump up in California gas prices, including the Bakersfield area. According to the State Attorney General's office, Kern County Election Office and the election offices statewide are scheduled to send out ballots today for a special election on redistricting. That election will be held on November 4th. This is Fire Prevention Week, and the Red Cross is reminding people to test smoke alarms and practice predetermined escape plans each month. The Red Cross says if a fire starts, occupants may have less than 2 minutes to get to safety. I'm John Sheeran, the KERN Newsroom, with news every half hour or Wednesday on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
They have all the upper hand, Chris.
What do you think? This is the army where you shoot them a mile away? You got to get a post like this. Let a bing, you blow their brains all over.
Would you like some baklava? Homemade. The ladies brought it
Ralph
from the
Bailey
Greek
Show
Orthodox
on
Church.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180
No, it's this coming weekend.
Now make sure you beat the house when you make the call. You understand me? You hear me? Call from an outside line. I mean it.
Call in or text to 661-842-KERN. That's 661-842-5376. Listen live at
I ate
KERNradio.com.
up all the bread. The banana bread was unbelievable.
Now, the host you've been waiting all day for. Live from the KERN studio, here's Ralph Bailey.
Hour 2 of the broadcast on this Monday, 6th day of October. Still lots to do. Coming up by the hour, we'll get into the Hamas situation. They allegedly, and I say that in all sincerity, allegedly are going to release all 48 hostages, 20 believed to be alive, 2 of them Americans. Break down what the Trump Netanyahu peace plan, I guess you call it, or maybe just the Trump plan, mean. Then coming up at the 5 o'clock hour, one of our favorite people, former Dodger and Philly pitcher George Culver, joins us. Still 0-0 in the Dodger game. It'll be interesting to talk to a former Philly and former Dodger as the Phillies and the Dodgers go at it. And then we'll wrap up the show. I've got some new information on the the bizarre Mark Sanchez story, the SC quarterback who played for the New York Jets. Drunk as a skunk the morning that he was to call the Raider Colts game, where, of course, the Raiders got beat 40-6. But literally the morning that he was supposed to call the game, he was out drunk behind a bar, rolling on the ground with a 69-year-old man who stabbed him. And now it was first put out there that Sanchez was the victim, because you would assume a sportscaster with a game the next day got mugged or something. No, he was the aggressor, and he's about to go to prison. Beat the crap out of this guy. In the meantime, it is a Monday.
Get your motor running.
Head out on the highway. Kathy's looking for adventure. Professor Kathy Abernathy. How are you, Professor?
I'm very good, very good, very good. Even though I had to traverse California Avenue, I take my life in my hands to come here every week.
Are you coming? Which direction are you coming? From
The west.
CSUB?
Well, Stockdale in California.
Yeah.
That's my office.
That's disaster.
So I went the other way, and then I backed up around the church and things, and I made it alive.
The best way to come is to go down Stockdale to Real Road.
Right. I couldn't find Real Road intersecting Stockdale, and he's telling me it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I thought it did. I didn't see a sign. I saw Morella, and then I was under the freeway, and there was no way it's going to be after that.
Or maybe you can't get it going west. You have to make the U
You have
and
to
make
do
them.
something else. I've done it. I've done it leaving here. I couldn't figure it out. But I made it. But and then I took Easton all the way from the overpass there. But it's
a nightmare.
And it's everywhere.
Down to one
they're doing
lane.
more. Yeah. Yeah. And then
It's
the
going to
big
go
diffs.
through the whole month.
Well, I'm going to send them a bill for my
your carriage of your car, the undercarriage. Yeah, that happened to one of my Uber drivers. She tried to go over it as carefully as she could, and it still scraped the crap out of the undercarriage of her car.
I don't know how they're getting away with it, but I think today they paved it right because we're a cul-de-sac off of California, off of Center. But it's been every time.
And on the dirt. And
it doesn't seem legal to me to leave it like that. But
and those businesses
are
suffering so badly. My guy Steve that owned the liquor store right next to the subway on 23rd Street, on 24th Street, I should say, right across from the Pep Boys.
Oh, you're talking, are they doing something there?
No, he's out of business.
Oh, Pep Boys.
And that's what, no, not Pep Boys. The guy, Steve, that owned the liquor store across the street. When they were doing all that construction, there was literally no way to get in to his little area where the subway is. His liquor store was right next door to it. And then there's a furniture store right across from Pep Boys.
Why did I think Pep Boys closed? You know better than I.
They did.
Because you live there.
They did. But they've kept up the what do you call it, Chris, when you fix a car? The
repair shop?
Repair area. Yeah, they've kept that open. But the Pep Boys.
Yeah, that's
but this is years ago. This is years ago when they first were doing the widening. Steve, you couldn't get into Steve's little thing, and it absolutely put him out of business. And now it's a horrible.
I don't know how they can.
And I hate to say this about local restaurants. It's a horrible Chinese place. And the crazy thing about it, I'll be walking to Arco and it smells so good. And I've tried it 3 times. And even when you screw up chow mein, when it's just greasy and.
Are they still open?
Yeah.
And they're listening right now? Maybe they get something going.
I doubt they're listening. But yeah, I don't like to bag on local, but it's not good. But hey, they're still in business and my neighbors love it. I see Nick, my guy upstairs, coming from that place. I'm just like, oh, how you doing?
Yeah, it's small business having a tough time right now. I was reading about what raising the minimum wage did, certainly to the larger fast food places, how many people they let go, and just restaurants in general, because the price of all the food and everything has gone up.
I noticed my egg salad sandwich and potato chips and Snapple from Bonnie's Best went up $4.
Wow.
And that'll be the last egg salad sandwich I eat from Bonnie's Best. And again, I don't mean, but I was having that like 3 times a week. It's really good for me. I asked light on the mayonnaise, and nope, not anymore.
Plus, egg prices have crashed, so it's egg salad.
Exactly. And it went up $4. Used to be, well, I'm not going to say how much I was paying. Yeah, so I'm done.
Well, it's a rough time. We'll see who survives these times, but the cost of everything is a lot higher.
Yep.
But
and going to get up even higher.
But we live in California. We could move like people like the lady that called me today. She wants to vote before she moves to Oregon. And I said, well, my friends are all moving to Tennessee and Texas. You're going to Oregon. That's not because she's a big Republican or, strong Republican. But she has family there and no family here. But we're living in a state that just punishes business, punishes all of us with all these extra costs.
Highest tax in the union.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money your check goes to the state or to state and federal? 52%.
Yeah.
Followed right behind
and
New
I'm
York.
not a multimillionaire, which of course for them it's
even higher.
Yeah. And as I tell my comrade or associate when I'm on television, well, he is a comrade. When he complains about rich people, that they should pay more. I said, when's the last poor person given you a job? Have you gotten a job from a poor person ever?
Yeah.
No answer. But the point is, there's a reason they have money and they don't sit it and put it under their mattress. They actually hire more people or build their business or go buy a yacht and someone gets paid who made the yacht and transports the yacht to wherever it needs to go. Those are all jobs. It's good.
Capital gains tax and all kinds.
But if it's in the government's pocket, they hire a bunch of staff people, become state union, government union. You can't fire them even if the job goes away, like the Office of Carbon Copy Paper, it's going to be open until you and I are gone.
Yeah.
But so
certainly
yeah,
me.
But did you see my editorial on guest editorial in the California?
I saw it, but I can't open it because they want $177 for me to re-up. Do you know that? $77 for the first year, and it's $177 to renew. And I'm just like, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Just not happening. Sorry, and I need it because I would have loved to have read your piece.
Yeah, I should.
But I can't do it. I'll have Chris paste it for me, and I'll read it.
I'll send it to your email. I guess
I
do pay.
What did you say?
Well, everybody knows Prop 50 is basically the legislature's cutting about 5 more of the 9 Republican congressional seats in California, hoping to take over the House of Representatives.
Yeah, we talked about it with Valdez and Fong last week.
But my reasoning was, if you, honest to goodness, this is the truth. I've never laughed out loud the minute I read the opening sentence of a ballot initiative on the ballot. I mean, I seriously did, because it said, we're going to do all this at the end in response to Texas. And so I thought, hey, you guys in Sacramento, this is basically what I wrote. There's a few other things you could do in response to Texas.
No kidding.
How about no income tax?
No state income tax would be great.
What about sales tax? They have that, but it's lower than ours, and we have income tax.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the Texas DMV? $80 to register a car. My car is 6 years old. I'm paying $300. My pickup truck that's 25 years old. My gosh, I probably paid over the value of it 5 times. It's hundreds of dollars. And that's not there. And gasoline, $2 more a gallon. So if you want to do something in response to Texas, Mr. Governor and state legislature, start with that stuff. And then we might go with your Prop 50. But don't tell us this we're doing in response to Texas, but you won't do anything else in response to Texas.
Despite our Constitution.
Right. Yeah. They're overriding. Texas isn't overriding their Constitution, but California is.
Yes, we are.
So I want everyone to understand that for them to use that Texas excuse, and I'm sure my counterparts in the Democrat Party even here use that. Well, Texas is redrawing their lines. Well, they're allowed to. Their Constitution does it. Now, we're overriding our Constitution if you vote yes on 50. But there's so much else California could do to copy Texas. I wish they'd start with our pocketbook, and we might listen to them then on these other things. But there's no excuse. The DMV fees, I don't know if you recall, when you were a teenager, when did you first get a car?
1978.
Okay. Was it used or new?
Brand new.
Brand new.
Mazda RX-7.
How long did you keep it?
So I went to college.
Oh, just a few years?
Yeah.
Oh, well, but did you notice each year?
It broke down, actually.
Each year, your car, as it got older, it dropped. Your DMV fees dropped so low, I think got as low as $60.
You really think I was paying my DMV fees when I was in high school? Ralph knew about that, but not this Ralph.
Not that Ralph. But my point is, it used to be that way, and it's all changed.
Yeah.
I mean, to have a 25-year-old pickup truck being paid in the hundreds of dollars for DMV, I mean, it's absurd.
Well, I thought they don't stop you for registration anymore. Am I not? Somebody typed me up on that. Am I not right about that? That they no longer stop you for past
an old sticker
tags?
on your tag?
Yes.
Well, it's
I
too
thought
bad.
that was the new law
why
in
should
January.
anybody do it then?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's why somebody's got to look this up for me and type me up, because I'm too lazy to do the research my damn self.
Well, I think you could be right, because I see a lot of cars when I'm walking in a parking lot that I'm thinking, these are over a year old.
Oh, my neighbors. I've got a neighbor, her car is 3 years old.
Yeah.
It's
well, if they get stopped,
20.
I suppose they get hit with it. But if they get a ticket for speeding or something.
I don't know. Somebody look it up and tell me, please, before we get through with this.
But just all that money, and that's just to the DMV on top of the tax you pay when you bought the car. We are just making it so hard to live here. As I tell people, if it wasn't for the beautiful weather, I'd consider it. But I don't know a state I move to that's better weather.
I've done the math, and I think I'm getting over not driving.
Mm-hmm.
I really think I am.
No,
with the car note and what my insurance would be, giving my 06, my 06 DUI, registration, gas. I spend $16 a day to get to and from work.
With you, yeah.
And I'm good.
Of course, you notice Newsom just gave Uber drivers the ability to unionize. So
I did see
there
that.
There goes your prices.
Yeah, I did see that.
Everything, like, once that happens, the negotiating goes down the tube. So, yeah, it's hard to have a car in California. And then they said now they've provided more stations for electrifying your car, but then people are buying them less. So because they're frustrated with that market, I don't know. I'm not into it yet.
I can't imagine sitting at the DoubleTree parking lot where they've got a bunch of them for 2 hours.
Right. No, it doesn't make sense. And if you have a car my daughter had rented a car one summer when she was home and it got 125 miles on one charge. So you couldn't even get to LA.
Wow.
And you'd have to stop. So, and those, the cheaper models, but it may change. But yeah, the cost of everything and then housing. I mean, I'm glad I'm in a house. I'm sure my house today, I don't even know what it'd be worth to buy it, but you can't, if they say it's worth $1 million, well, yeah, where am I going to go? Where are you going to find a place with the increased value of the cost of the home?
Not accidentally, I threw out my parents' address in Palos Verdes, and listeners are weird. So they looked it up, 1600 Via Barcelona in Palos Verdes. And as I recall, in 1979, my parents paid about $200,000 for that house. Some listener called and told Chris that house is worth $3.8 million today.
And that's where you're saying there wasn't fire.
Palos Verdes?
No, nothing.
No, it's not on the
That's right.
peninsula.
Palos Verdes was okay. Yeah.
$3.8 million.
So who can buy that?
Exactly. I said, that's what I told the listener. I said, if my father was alive today as an anesthesiologist, I don't think he can afford that. No. $3.8 million? That's crazy. And one of my high school buddies, my best friend, John Tempero, lives out there. He's in Hollywood. He sets up artists with motion pictures for scores. So he's making stupid, crazy Hollywood money and living in a $3 million home out there. Well, looking at the Channel Islands and Catalina in the morning.
And the property taxes.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. I've got my daughter and son-in-law are down in Hermosa Beach.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
When I tell them my property tax, they just explode.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Well, that's the key to Mamdani.
Yeah.
That's why he's about to be the next mayor of New York, because he is convinced 18 to 35-year-old people who are college educated and have good jobs in New York, but have to live in Delaware and Connecticut in a 2-bedroom condo.
Right. Yeah.
That I'm going to make New York City
with 3
affordable.
Other people.
Yeah. I'm going to make New York City affordable again. And good luck with that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guess who? I'm telling you, Kathy, you got to start DVRing The View.
Well, I flip by it when I do in the morning, and I think, oh, Ralph's watching this, but I just can't.
Andrew Cuomo this morning.
Was he on there? I saw him on something else yesterday.
They salivated over him like he had nothing to do with COVID, as if he never had 13 sexual assault claims. Hi, Andrew, come on in. Have a seat amongst us ladies and your 13 sexual assaults. And they barely touched on both topics.
Why? They're afraid of the
I don't know what their deal is.
Well,
I mean, I'm rooting.
They make good money, so that's why they're worried.
I'm rooting for the communists.
Yeah.
I'm with Trump. I think secretly Trump wants Mamdani to win.
Because the city will just in 2 years it'll
disintegrate, and he's the face of the party. And if he's not politically, and let's admit this, we'll make him the face of the party. God dog it.
Well, yeah, he's going to have a police department, but they're not going to be arresting. He's certainly not going to be sentencing people.
No cash bail. He said things in the past like no jail.
Yeah.
He's literally said no jail.
But I heard today the mayor of what city that's having trouble this weekend? Not Chicago. We know where he's at. Another mayor who says, well, we need to find out why they're stabbing somebody in the back.
Portland?
Maybe it was Portland. Yeah.
Where
we need to find out why. We don't need to just arrest people and put them in jail. We need to know why.
Is it a female mayor?
I thought it was a man, but you could be right. But even some other cities that are having trouble. The why, that'd be nice, I guess. But for a while, they need to be locked up. And I mean a while, but certainly if they're stabbing, killing, all this. They're more into that. I think they figure there's more votes of parents whose kids are committing these crimes. I don't know. Then I learned, I didn't know this term, surfing the subway. you know what that means?
No idea. Chris, surfing the subway?
I'm assuming this has something to do with jumping the turnstiles and not paying for subways?
No, this is 2 girls just got killed this weekend. You hold on to the side of it, I guess, while it goes. I guess there's bars on it somewhere.
And you hang on to it.
You hang on to it while
subway?
it goes. It's a fun, crazy thing that young boys and these 2 young girls did it, and they both got killed.
Wow.
I mean, but so I'm thinking, what parent didn't notice that their child was so ridiculously daring that they would do things like that? And again, I don't know. Everybody though that analyzes this that I agree with says it starts in the home.
Well,
you either have a parent, you either have both parents especially, and they hold you to some standards. Now I had a beef today with California elections education codes. You know, I drive on Brimhall, and there's a high school right there, Liberty, and what was it? 10:02, 9:48, somewhere in there, a.m. A couple kids, they walk into the neighborhood market or they go to Carl's Jr.'s Jack in the Box, and they got their stuff. They're done. You know, what are they doing going home? They're done for the day. They have
at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, what are we doing? They're getting ADA, average daily attendance. The school's getting the money, and these kids have a system where they get to go home, and then because none of them were sick, they're slapping each other on the back. And I've seen this every time I go at a certain time of day. And they started school, later because the kids were tired. And so the high schools start a little bit later instead of.
And this is what, Liberty?
This is, well, it'll be all high schools. I know it's not just, I just happen to drive by where Liberty's right there by a grocery store and a Jack in the Box. Why does anybody go home? If they're going to study online, and make them go to the library. But when they go home what they're doing. They're not studying. I don't know how we got this system. I went to school. You had to stay there all day. That was just the way it worked.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah. No,
there's
people
Liberty.
Yeah.
I got to find out about this.
There is a program where these students can be studying at home or doing online, still at home, this online business, but nobody's controlling them when they go home. And so that's other things that happen. So just it's all this slacking of standards that you have to say has caused a society where right and wrong is blurred.
Yeah.
And now we got a candidate for Attorney General in Virginia.
Crazy. That he wants to see the speaker's wife have her child die in her hands so she truly knows misery. Maybe that will make them change policy.
And also I thought he said
couple
wants to stab some politician and 2 other bad guys. He wanted to stab them all. And he hasn't.
I heard bullets.
Yeah,
he said he'd put 2 head of Todd Gilbert.
And nobody should step down or.
That's what I'm saying.
How do you saying that?
No, you don't. I don't know if you heard it, but 3:30 we talked about that, and it's disqualifying. It's absolutely disqualifying.
Yeah.
And if Winnie Sears' opponent Abigail Spanberger doesn't categorically say he's got to go, Winnie Sears is your next governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Yeah, she's strong. I love her.
I do too.
We brought her out here for Lincoln Day.
I know. I missed that. Why did I miss that? Did you not invite me?
Well, I should have if I didn't.
I know.
She's terrific, and I want to go back. I want to go back and help walk precinct something for her, even though we have this Prop 50 here. But I think Kern will do okay on that.
For those that don't know, Winnie Earl Sears was the lieutenant governor behind Glenn Youngkin. Is the lieutenant governor behind Glenn Youngkin. And as I mentioned, the Commonwealth of Virginia's got the kookiest rules where they voted already. 350,000 Virginians have already voted all the way up till November. And the governor can't run for 2 consecutive terms because Glenn Youngkin is incredibly popular and would have easily gotten reelected.
Because he can step out
and then run again.
Someone runs and then he can run then.
Like Terry McAuliffe.
Right. But, you've appointed people and they've changed their career to work for you in this position. And after a year or so, and you got 2 years left in your term, I'm not going to take a job for 2 years. But you lose quality people too.
And it's like being a weekend anchor. Yeah. Just when you are starting to get it going, you don't do it for another week. And after 3 years, you finally figured out how government runs and you got to leave office.
Right.
That makes no sense.
I'm not a term limit person on anything. I think voters, it's your decision. You want to vote for somebody 10 times in a row? I'm okay with that. I don't think you should take an option off the table. So I don't, and that's one's really silly because again, if you want to get candidates who aren't career government people, sometimes if they're going to step away from their business back and forth, that's another thing that I don't think is very healthy. And Virginia is doing a whole lot better with Youngkin. So
he's a great candidate. What can he do for the next couple of years?
Well, I didn't know. Could he turn around? Could he have run for lieutenant governor? I don't know. Is that considered cute? I think it's
no. I think it's the same thing.
Well,
with
it wouldn't
president,
work.
vice president.
Yeah, because if she died, then that would be a problem if she died during that term. So well, he can. Well, what do ex-politicians in this town do? They get hired by Cal State or BC. Not me.
I would love to see what McAuliffe did in the 4 years that he sat out. Was he the DNC chair in the 4 years?
He was. I'm presuming it was then. It had to be then because he was always still in the news.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry we didn't get to talk about Cuomo. I wanted to talk about that a little bit because it was amazing. The interview that.
But I saw him on something Sunday, some Fox News, I guess.
I'm sure.
He was so blasé.
He's a horrible candidate. I don't know how he got elected governor. To be
I
honest
don't
with you.
either.
I really don't.
Was he different then? But he was just like
old age. I don't know. Yeah, he looked like he was sleepwalking on The View.
I mean, he's got this one shot now, and you just think something would happen.
Yeah. Thank you, Kathy.
Okay,
see you next
Ralph.
week.
All right, we'll do.
Yeah, he was horrible. And his answer on the 13th, he said, I apologize if I've offended anybody, but times have changed. I'm certainly not going to talk the way I did. He made it sound like
News Talk,
I'm not going to tell the jokes that I used to tell. He made it seem like he said something off color. 13 women. And
this is an SRN
5 women just
special
welcomed
report.
him. And
I'm Greg Clugston
couldn't
in
have
Washington.
been nicer.
The federal government shutdown continues. On Capitol Hill this evening, the U.S. Senate failed again to pass a GOP plan to fund the government and end the shutdown, now in its 6th day. The measure fell short of the 60 votes needed for passage. At the heart of the fight is the Democrats' request for an extension of expiring health care subsidies. Late this afternoon, President Trump said he would be open to striking a deal on health care.
I know, the big fat
And
son.
Senate Republican leader John Thune told reporters there may be a path forward. Just some of the few hopeful signs on the prospect of ending a shutdown that has furloughed hundreds of thousands of federal workers. However, the top 2 Democratic leaders in Congress deny there are any negotiations with the president. House Leader Hakeem Jeffries claimed the White House has gone radio silent. This has been an SRN News special report.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Yeah, Gordon
From the
Guy's apartments
KERN
after 10,
newsroom,
11 o'clock
your
at
live
night.
and local news
Are you
update
kidding?
on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm John Shearer. The search for a suspect in an early Sunday morning Bakersfield homicide continues. The Bakersfield Police Department said they responded to the report of a shooting just before 1 a.m. Sunday morning on Meadow Vista Court in Bakersfield. Meanwhile, reports say the Kern County Coroner's Office has identified the man shot and killed as an 18-year-old resident of Bakersfield. A bill that would allow car dealers to significantly increase the fee they charge for processing documents related to the sale of a vehicle is waiting for the governor's signature. Groups that represent consumers and small businesses are pressing for a veto. The bill's author, State Senator Dave Cortese, said in a statement that dealers need to recover their costs and noted that California's new fee would still be lower than the national average. I'm John Shearer in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Are you looking for a hospital that truly cares for your health and well-being? At Good Samaritan Hospital, they provide high-quality medical detox, psychiatric services, and medical and surgical care. They accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal, Medicare, and Kern Family. They offer Kern County's longest-standing inpatient detox program with dual diagnosis that combines medical care and withdrawal management all under one roof. Learn more at GoodSamaritanHospital.com or call 661-215-7500. Good Samaritan Hospital. They care for their community.
Graybeard here, host of the SolarWise radio show. Listen, nobody likes PG&E. They're outrageously expensive. Join me Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on Kern Radio, News Talk 1180.
Don't miss Megyn Kelly live on stage with special guests Charlie Sheen and Victor Davis Hanson, November 20th at Dignity Health Arena. Tickets now at MegynKelly.com. Presented by Y-Refi and Sirius XM.
Coming up on the Tuesday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show. Buck, that's me, going to be solo. Clay's going to be out. We're going to talk about the anniversary of the October 7th attack in Israel. We'll also update you with all of the latest on the government shutdown and the showdown between the Trump National Guard forces in Illinois and Portland. We'll discuss that and more coming up on the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show.
Live 9 to noon. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. Smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at McGruffPSA.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime
I'm
Prevention
JR
Council.
Flores. Catch my show, The JR Show, weekdays at 2 p.m. Now, back to the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
The Toronto Blue Jays are doing the Yankees what Mamdani will do to the New York City.
That's not a bad analogy. They are destroying them. I got a funny feeling they're going to make it interesting. I got a funny feeling.
I think they're going to get swept.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they play again tomorrow?
Yeah.
I got a funny feeling. Isn't Judge about to do something? They're in trouble. You know, he's not young.
Nope.
He's 34 years old. I mean, you figure he's got 4, 5, 6 years left. That window is starting to close. And I don't think Booney's going to be around if they get out. I think it's about that time. I don't know, poor guy. What a terrible business. What a horrendous business. But
he's also made some really questionable moves as a manager, though.
Yeah, he has. Yes, he definitely has. Pitching wise, they got Rodon going tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
But Fried got mixed up, and they've only had, I think, 7 strikeouts through his last 2 games.
Should have never pulled Fried. Friedman, whatever. Max. Should have never pulled him. Never pulled him. What else you got?
The Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. There is no such thing as rehabilitation anymore in the eyes of the Republicans nowadays, especially if you're not a citizen. Everything is politics to people.
Well, there is no such thing as rehabilitation. Do you really believe in rehabilitation? For every 100 prisoners, maybe 2 are truly moved, maybe 5. I'll give you 5% that are truly inspired by someone or something. There's no such thing as rehabilitation. If anything, those guys, particularly the younger kids, like if you're in your 40s and you do 10 years and now you're in your 50s, you are less likely to reoffend. But if you go in like this kid that stabbed the kid in the neck and you get 5 years of prison life and you're around gangbangers and hoodlums and thieves and guys whose profession, their entire income depends on graft and criminality, you're not improving. You know, birds of a feather flock together, and you get wiser and you get cannier, you get more inside dope on how to steal copper or how to break into a house or techniques on taking a guy out from behind, whatever. There is no rehab. And maybe there should be. Maybe we should spend more money on that. I don't think so. I think prison is about removing you from society. And I'll never forget, it was Donnie Youngblood who told me this. He said, and because I couldn't understand, he said, it's tough to get into prison, Ralph. And I was like, what? He's like, you got to do something pretty bad. Everybody, a lot of people go to jail. But prison is a whole different ballgame, Jack. Whole different ballgame. And you got to do something pretty freaking heinous to end up in prison. So you're dealing with the scum of the scum, the worst of the worst. And there's no, it's a miracle when we see the guys like the story that Denzel did, the boxer who was wronged and went to prison and came out a better person. The Malcolm X's, Malcolm Little goes into prison and finds his way through the Nation of Islam. Those are 1 in a million stories. Those things aren't happening on the rag. Let me tell you that. What else you got?
If you get a parking ticket, they will blast you for $350 for a late registration.
If you get a parking ticket?
Oh, yeah, because I'm pretty sure they run you. And if you obviously have a late registration, they're going to get you right then and there.
But I'm saying, do they stop you on the street now?
Oh, for a late registration?
For a late registration.
Not really, because I've known people driving around with old
I
tags.
told you my neighbor's car is 3 years old.
Right.
Her tags are 24 years. They're 20. It's 2021. The beautiful blonde that I won't throw you in with me, but that I ogle every day at 305, 310.
Yeah.
She drives this really nice car. Hers are 4 years old.
See, people steal tags so often now. I think cops just kind of let it go until you get pulled over. Then they run you and they realize, oh, you haven't paid for your tags in God knows how long.
And you get an additional citation.
Oh, yeah. You get popped for it. Well, regardless, if you don't do it for 1 year, you're going to get the citation when you try to go and register that car the next year whenever you decide to do so. So it's really just a compiling thing after a while.
That's what I'm saying. People look at me like I'm a Martian when I tell them I don't drive. And I'm telling you, I think I'm financially better off between the car note, the insurance, the registration, gasoline, maintenance. Hell, tires are now ridiculously expensive. Anything, I mean, that's the biggest thing. To me, that's the biggest change. To get your car repaired now is nuts. It's nuts. Your tranny goes, you might as well buy a new car. You might as well buy a new car. You to replace a transmission now is like $3, $4, $5 grand. It's nuts. Now, granted, the amount of cars y'all buy and the amount of car I would buy, I would just throw the car off a cliff. Y'all can write a check for $5 grand and get a new tranny.
To be honest with you, if you need to switch out the transmission, just get a new car.
Yeah, at that point.
Just get a new car.
God, that's the worst thing that ever happened. I can tell you the story about Kim Williams and I going to a Dodger game, and we're fighting on the 10 freeway. I'm in my uncle's car. I'm in my uncle's Renault, and we are fighting like cats and dogs, and she takes the middle shift and goes, yeah. And I'm like, have you lost your mind? And 2 months later, my uncle, it's like, because I didn't have to go to work till like 10. My uncle went to go work like 8:30. And he comes 2 months later, he comes up the steps. My transmission is gone. I can't explain it. I'm like, really?
Yo.
Women. Freaking women. She just took the thing. I mean, went whap, 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 whap on the 10 freeway. How we got to Dodger Stadium is the thing. I was like,
how that thing lasted 2 months.
Exactly. How we got up the hill of Stadium Way. And
you knocked something loose, and it was probably just holding on enough until it finally
2 months later, he comes walking back in the door about 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, whoa, you not going to work? Not in that car. My tranny's shot. I don't know. I guess it's old age. I've had it for 6 years. Yeah, that must be what it is, Uncle Irvin.
It's just cars don't get made the way they used to anymore.
Lying through omission.
Jeez.
Lying through omission. And he adored Kim. So there's no way I could have ratted her out. Everybody adored Kim. She was really affable, beautiful, green-eyed. Nothing but legs. She was a track star in South Pasadena. Nothing but legs. God. The women I have just screwed up and saved from poverty.
Yes,
That's my claim to fame. I've saved like 4 different women from a really average income husband. One more. Let's take a break.
I got a caller for you.
Who you got?
You got John on the line.
John, you're on the Ralph Bailey Show.
Hey, Ralph.
Hi, John.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Hey, got out on the course yesterday. Played pretty good at River Lakes. Great course is in great shape, man. You got to get over there.
Is it really? They haven't punched yet?
Not yet, man. But it's in great shape. It's been in great shape all summer, man. They got new owners.
Oh, is that right? I haven't been out there in a long time. I love that course.
Well, they got the practice part of it all set up with that Top Golf simulators, like how fast your ball goes and all that, swing speed and all that.
Really? They have the best practice facility in Kern County.
Yeah,
they really do.
Solar, it's covered, but they're going to spend another $1 million to put white sand in those god awful bunkers. So
yeah, my buddy Mark Swaim is helping them. He puts in greens, and he's working on that with them.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to hearing your stories when you get back out there.
I shot an 87 Saturday at BCC.
Nice.
Could have been a little higher, could have been a little lower, but I'll take it.
Hey, I'd take an 87 till the day I die right now, the way I'm playing. But
yeah, I went through that too, believe me. I went through that too. Couldn't break 90 for like 3 or 4 months. It was horrendous.
Oh, yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah.
Well, I call it because, as far as the registration on cars go, I don't even think they care anymore, because when you go to sell the car, if the registration's not up to snuff, you're going to have to pay it, or you can't sell it legally.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. And if somebody buys it, they're going to get, if somebody buys it, they're going to get hit with all those fees. Let's say you buy it from Bobby Fly-By Night and they take off.
Right.
You're going to have to pay it before you can get that car legal on the road. And the other thing is, if a car's registration is more than 5 years old and it's left sitting on the curb, the city can take it, or I think someone can take legal ownership of it.
Really?
Because it's sitting there abandoned with tags that are more than 5 years old.
Wow.
But that's the thing. The DMV is just waiting to get their money. So
yeah.
Really, with all the risk to the cops, every time they pull somebody over, it's kind of a dog to go out and pull everybody over for tags, because it's going to catch up with you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
I think I might join the Ralph Bailey No Driving Club, man. I might just have to do that. I'm starting to do the math. You got me doing math, Ralph.
It just depends on how far you live from your job. I live pretty close, so it's fairly inexpensive for me.
Yeah, I'm within 5 miles, so
yeah, exactly. So yeah, it would be worth it. Absolutely would. That's about approximately how far I am. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I won't take up any more of your time, but hey, good golfing to you. I'm glad your foot's better.
All right. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Take care.
All right.
Take care. It's funny you should say that. I ran into Steve Ryan out of Bakersfield Country Club on Saturday. And he's a former board member, longtime member, just a great individual. He's one of the reasons that I get to play out there. And he said, haven't seen you in a long time. And I said, I've been the worst summer of my life, Steve. I've been gout ridden. And he raised his hand and showed me his knuckle. And he said, I'm going through it right now. And we must have sat there for about 10 minutes like two old men comparing war wounds. I'm like, well, are you on the allopurinol? Or I'm on the colchicine. Yeah, I'm on the colchicine too. And just, it's a weird disease. We talk about how it moves within one of your, like in my foot, it's moved from my ankle to the sole of my foot, to my heel, to this. It's crazy. It's a crazy disease. Quick time out. Coming up at 5 o'clock, George Culver will join us. Former Dodger, former Philly. Give us his thoughts on Game 2 going on as we speak. No reason to not watch the ball game. You don't have to listen to the commentators. Turn the audio down, listen to me, and watch the ball game. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on a Monday, right here on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. We're streaming live, kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
On the next Armstrong and Getty Show, the Supreme Court is off and running for their fall session, and we will bring you the big decisions as they happen without left-wing spin. We'll actually help you understand what the rulings mean.
How'd the big peace meeting with Hamas go? How's the shutdown going? We'll check in on all those stories on the next Armstrong and Getty Show.
Weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Got battery issues? Choose the #1 name in power, A1 Battery. We've got you covered with top quality batteries for every need. Cars, scooters, motorhomes, garage door openers, key fobs, golf carts, home alarm systems, wheelchairs, and so much more. If it takes a battery, A1 Battery has it. With multiple locations to serve you. Enjoy free diagnostics on batteries, starters, alternators, and electrical systems. Plus, get free installation with any purchase. First Friday of each month is free Key Fob Battery Friday. Family owned and operated since 1960. A1 Battery has been providing reliable, friendly service to Kern County. Need us in a pinch? We offer emergency services to make sure you're never stranded. Tell us you heard it on the radio and get 10% off your purchase. Call A1 Battery today, 589-1433 for the location nearest you, or visit online at a1batterycompany.com. A1 Battery, powering your world, one battery at a time.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MILE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MILE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MILE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You know, we get there at like 3
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting, just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage California can count on.
The Charlie Kirk Show, weekdays at 6 p.m. on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the Ralph Bailey Show.
We're in love. I've got jungle fever. She's got jungle fever. We've got jungle fever. We're in love. People forget Samuel L. Jackson. Bye, Bryce. Go sit down. Go have a seat. Watch the rest of the ball game, Bryce. Big strikeout king. Love you. People forget that Morehouse man Samuel L. Jackson played a drug dealer. Have any one of you guys seen? Is anybody in there listening to me? Anybody? Hello? Anybody in there listening to me? Anybody?
I'm sorry, but I was being talked to by our general manager. What's that now?
Has anybody in the room seen, ask the general manager this as well, Jungle Fever?
Personally, no. Randy has.
You seen Jungle Fever? Can you tell me who Samuel L. Jackson's crackhead girlfriend was?
No, he could not.
Really? I'll give you a hint. One of the finest black women in movie history.
Halle Berry?
Damn Skippy. Nice call. I knew that would get you. Because, turn your mic on.
Nah, as soon as you said that, I knew.
You knew? Yeah, because what are you guys going to say? Lena Horne?
Well, no, but who's the girl that played Will Smith's girlfriend in Fresh Prince that everybody ogles over to? Nia Long.
Ooh, Nia Long would have been a good guess.
That was the first one that popped in my head, but
right, yeah, Halle Berry played the crack addict. They were the crack addict girlfriend, and he's out. He's out. Sorry, we just made a big play to get out of a first and second with nobody out. But Miggy's hobbling. Miggy's hobbling. What's going on with that? Is he safe? Is he out? Is he safe? Oh, he's clearly out, but he jammed his wrist. I think he jammed his wrist. Watch his right wrist. His left wrist. I can't tell. Ooh, right there. That hurt. I don't know, but he's limping. I don't know what's going on. Well, we're about to bring in Muncie anyway because we're about to go to a right-handed reliever. So it doesn't matter. Max Muncie's about to come in here. But yeah, Samuel L. Jackson played in that. Please stand by. Lily Marsh. Do I have a real ID? No, I don't have a real ID.
You don't have any real California ID?
I don't really have an ID. Of course, Lily, I have a real ID. I got the golden bear and the thing. Not only do I have a golden bear, Chris, you want to see something? Come in here. Come in here. This is so humiliating. This is so disgustingly humiliating.
What's happening?
Please read for the audience what it says atop my identification.
Oh, no way you got the green. Oh, God. No.
What does it say?
That would be senior citizen.
Give it back to me now. Get out of here.
How did you get the green right?
Because I'm a senior citizen. What do you mean, how did I get it? Right on the top of it, it says senior citizen identification card. That is just wrong. Isn't that like ageism? Nobody has to know that. You don't have to put that on there. My date of age is clearly on here. You don't have to put it on top. And he's old too. You know what I'm saying? I read that. I was like, what is the difference between this senior citizen? I'm looking for the backdrop because it didn't hit me at first because they've got like a cute little backdrop of I guess William Sutter or whatever it is, John Sutter, the 49ers, digging gold, and they've got the little golden bear and the star on the right, and then right over the top in green writing, and he old too. That's exactly what it says. He just translated it for you, but it says right there, and he old too. OLE.
I've not seen it with the actual.
All right, calm down.
I'm sorry.
Calm down.
Real quick though.
What do you got?
Mr. Petrie is actually on the line for you.
Daniel Petrie, does your license say senior? Are you a senior citizen yet?
What's senior citizen age?
I don't know. I thought it was 65, but apparently not.
Well, I'm not 65 yet, but
neither am I.
I don't have a real ID though either.
What? Say what? Hang on. Say what?
I see 60 to 65.
So are you in your 60s yet?
Yes, sir.
Well, then it says you got the green writing like me, Jack.
Well, maybe I'll get that when I get my real ID.
No, you don't have a real ID yet?
No.
I thought you traveled somewhere with the wife.
Well, sometimes if she lets me, yeah.
Didn't you just go somewhere though? Where'd you just go? You went to LA. You went to LA.
Yeah, no. I mean, I haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, I
anywhere major.
Yeah. What's up? Why are we hearing from you on a Monday?
Well, I heard you talking about the how do you put this? Jail terms or prison sentences and what have you.
Ridiculous.
And I'm assuming that you would agree that the reason they say we can't give them longer sentences is because of overcrowding. Is that what you would assume would hear as well?
I don't know. I think it's more legislative. I think there are, I really don't know. I can only assume, I don't know, because these are plea deals. These are deals that are concocted by the DA's office. They're not regulated by mandatory sentencing or anything. That's up to a judge.
Why would they do that?
To make it go away. To make it go away. They don't have to go to trial. They don't have to mess with Umberto Sala, who could beat them.
Okay.
So and I think and as I said when we first talked about this, I think they look at their scorecard more than major league hitters. I really do. And they like that 92, 93% conviction rate. Because you remember, let's be honest, and I like Cynthia Zimmer. She's done me a solid. Their office did me an incredible solid. But she's a politician on a certain level. She's still got to go kiss babies and shake hands and raise money. And it's nice to have a really high prosecution rate.
Yeah, but it seems to me like society is fed up with criminality as well.
You would think, particularly in this community, but I just feel bad for the Leivas. I really do. To see a son die and to see a man that you might run into at the Valley Plaza in 5 or 6 years is just unbelievable to me. It is
heartening.
It is.
And it doesn't do justice to those of us who try to live our lives by the law and do what's right.
I agree 1,000%.
Just like when you're in class and you get you can get an easy A. Well, then what's the point of really trying?
Yeah.
So why not commit a little crime here, a little crime there? What's the problem? It shouldn't be like that.
I concur. I got a heartbreak, Daniel. I got to fly. Always good to hear from you.
Always good to hear from you, sir.
George Culver is next.
This is AM 1180 KERN. Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM. Bakersfield. Online at KERNradio.com.
I got to walk when we get a rally going. Are you kidding me?
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington.
I think
the Senate was back in session this evening and held votes on two bills to fund the government, and both failed, so the shutdown continues. Tomorrow will be day 7. One of the sticking points is extending health care subsidies, and President Trump says the two sides are, in fact, discussing that issue.
We are speaking with the Democrats, and some very good things could happen with respect to health care.
However, the top 2 Democratic leaders in Congress denied that there are any negotiations going on with the White House right now. Senator Chuck Schumer says President Trump needs to step in.
Frankly, what should happen now is this. The president
but now the right-hander
Speaker Johnson to relent on his extreme refusal to negotiate. It's not a sustainable position for the Speaker to literally shut the entire House down and not do anything to solve this crisis.
In the meantime, the shutdown continues. Egypt is hosting Israeli-Hamas peace talks on the eve of the 2nd anniversary of the Gaza war. Speaking with Salem Radio, military affairs analyst Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis said he hopes at least one point will be quickly agreed upon.
I would hope that there would be a movement toward the release of hostages, and that's something that everyone is concerned about. I think that it's going to be a harder nut to crack with regard to what the future of Hamas is, whether or not it's going to allowed to exist and move outside of Gaza.
President Trump has ordered approval of a proposed 211-mile road through an Alaska wilderness. It will allow mining of copper, cobalt, gold, and other minerals. On Wall Street, the Nasdaq and S&P 500 pushed higher in today's trading, reaching new all-time highs, while the Dow dropped 63 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. You're an adult, right? But you should know gold has increased over 80% in the past 2 years. Yeah, 80%. So if you think stuffing money under your mattress or riding the roller coaster of Wall Street is your retirement plan, well, I wouldn't want to be banking on that strategy. It's time to diversify your savings and retirement assets into physical metals like gold and silver. That's where Advantage Gold comes in. When you call 800-741-GOLD, we'll send you a free gold kit that explains how rolling over your IRA IRA or 401k into gold could not only supercharge your retirement, but maybe even help preserve your sanity. And let's be real, when's the last time you ever heard someone say, hey, sell all your gold? Exactly. Never. The number's simple, 800-741-4653. And if you can spell, even better, that's 800-741-GOLD. Always consult with your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-GOLD.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk.
Come on, Tommy.
96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
God damn it. That was.
I'm John Shearer. A bill that would allow car dealers to significantly increase the fee they charge for processing documents related to the sale of the vehicle is waiting for the governor's signature. The bill's author, State Senator Dave Cortese, said in a statement that dealers need to recover their costs and noted that California's new fee would still be lower than the national average. Governor Newsom has until Monday to sign, veto, or let it become law without a signature. The search for a suspect in an early Sunday morning Bakersfield homicide continues. The Bakersfield Police Department said they responded to the report of a shooting just before 1 a.m. Sunday morning on Meadow Vista Court in Bakersfield. Meanwhile, reports say the Kern County Coroner's Office has identified the man shot and killed as an 18-year-old resident of Bakersfield. The AAA reports the price of gas at the pump in Bakersfield has been holding steady at around $4.60 a gallon for regular. That may be about to change because of last week's fire at a Chevron refinery in El Segundo. Industry experts suggest a possible supply reduction as a result of the fire may cause a bump up in California gas prices, including the Bakersfield area. According to the state attorney general's office, Kern County election office, and the election offices statewide are scheduled to send out ballots today for a special election on redistricting. That election will be held on November 4th. This is Fire Prevention Week, and the Red Cross is reminding people to test smoke alarms and practice predetermined escape plans each month. The Red Cross says if a fire starts, occupants may have less than 2 minutes to get to safety.
Okay,
I'm
there
John
it is.
Shearer in the KERN newsroom.
There it is.
News every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1
can
and AM
look at it all you want.
1180 KERN.
What do you think? This is the army where you shoot them a mile away?
I thought he was
You gotta get
safe.
close like this. Little bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
It's the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Now make sure you leave the house when you make the call. You understand me? You hear me call from an outside line. I mean it.
Call in or text to 661-842-KERN. That's 661-842-5376. Listen live at KERNradio.com. Now, the host you've been waiting all day for. Live from the KERN studio, here's Ralph Bailey.
Final hour of the broadcast on this Monday, 6th day of October. We still got lots to do. Recap our top story, the story coming out of Virginia, the Commonwealth of, where Jay Jones, an attorney general candidate, has pretty much ruined it for the Democratic Party. And how the Democratic Party handles it will really determine a lot of things. The gubernatorial race in Virginia, and perhaps even the midterms coming up in 26. We'll unpack that again for you. And we've got to delve into this Mark Sanchez story. It's a crazy, crazy story. Wasn't Sanchez kind of always kind of a loose cannon?
No, not really. Actually.
No?
He
Not
was
at
pretty
SC
even keel.
and in trouble years and he was bouncing around the league?
Not
No?
really. Not at least not like at least one that I remember being someone that was in trouble during his career. I can't say that.
Well, when you're drunk as a skunk at 12:30 in the morning and you've got a 1 o'clock game to call, it's like, really? Really?
Yeah, really.
Are you really that much of a pro? But what are you going to do? Speaking of professionals.
Hold on, before we get to that.
Yes.
We should talk about the AM station real quick. Just
Yes.
In case people are curious.
We're under transition with our AM station right now, so it'll be down for just a little bit. You'll have to keep it locked on 96.1. Or, of course, you can go to YouTube and actually watch us do the program. Or you can go to kernradio.com and listen to it on your phone or your laptop or however. But our AM 1180 will be down. Yeah, my uncle in Beaufort, South Carolina listens on kernradio.com. I know JD is out of town. We actually have a lot of out-of-town listeners. And I noticed we hit the 400 mark on subscribers. And what's our bet? That by Christmas we'll be at 1,000?
That was the bet, yes.
We got a long way to go.
We're about halfway.
And a short time to get there. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
599 left.
Yeah, exactly. I think we'll get there. But speaking of professionals, here's a guy that played for the two teams that you probably are watching, for the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he happens to be the best pitching instructor in town, our good friend George Culver. How are you, George?
I'm very good, Ralph. I don't know about all those pundits you gave me.
Well,
anyway, yeah,
they're true.
Always fun to be on your show.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Who do you like in this? You threw the no-hitter with the Phillies, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was against the Phillies. I was playing for the Reds.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I knew that.
But then I worked for him for several years.
Yeah.
I worked for him for almost 20 years. So anyway, I got friends in both places, but the Dodgers is where my heart is right now, because I recently worked for them, and of course I played for them, and so I still know a lot of the people in the organization, and I just think they're a class organization, and it's just tickled death for them.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think are our chances? Who do you have as the favorite to win this? We haven't had a repeat champion since the Yankees at the turn of the century. Who do you like at the end of the day?
Well, and back in I think it was mid-August, I had a buddy of mine went to Vegas and bet $100 on the Padres. It would have paid $1,200 to the 100, and I keep forgetting the manager for the Padres is probably the worst manager in baseball with a good team.
Yeah,
he never seems to push the right buttons.
Yeah,
I mean, they had a bullpen average 100 miles an hour. How do you lose games with a bullpen averaging 100 miles an hour?
I don't know. I wish we had that. Boy.
Then they don't, for some reason they just quit hitting when they should be, and I don't know. It's just I got the Dodgers winning it now because they got to get by Philly. Philly's a good ball club.
Yeah, they are.
The Dodgers are beating them. I think 4-0 in the top of the seventh.
No, it's 1-0. We just scored a run, a very controversial call, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. We just had
You're behind because they just scored so much on.
Oh, you ruined it for me, George.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. So, Will Smith got a base hit, and then so did.
Yep, there it is. Will Smith, base hit.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a. I mean, I guess Otani got a hit. I'm not sure, but anyway.
Hey, Chris, just hang on, George. Chris just walked in the room.
I'm fully aware. I'm way ahead of you.
I'll bet you $20 Otani gets a base hit.
Dude, did you not just hear me?
What?
I'm ahead of you.
What does that mean? You're ahead of me.
I know. I'm looking at it.
Well, I'm looking on the TV, and the TV's way behind.
You know what's amazing, Ralph, is last year they had no starting pitching. And I said, they got no chance. They got no starting pitching.
Yeah.
I didn't win a World Series, and their bullpen carried them. This year, they got no bullpen, but starting pitching. So
it's just unbelievable.
How the heck are they going to win?
Yeah.
But they just figured out a way to do it.
Think about where we were a year ago. We won a game with the bullpen.
Exactly.
The bullpen started.
Where you had one of them bullpen.
Yeah.
Bullpen had to do it. Yeah.
And now I don't trust anybody out of there, George. I don't know about you, other than Roki Sasaki.
Yeah, Sasaki. I like him a lot.
A lot.
They better too. So he's the one guy that I think they can count on for sure.
Yep.
Them other guys, it's like a coin toss.
It really is.
You go, oh my gosh! And all of a sudden they come in, you're counting them, and then they go walking guys.
Yes, and hitting guys. We got in it, started hitting guys. Like, what's that about?
Well, and they got 3 innings to go. They're not up for this game yet. They still got 9 outs to go here.
Yeah.
And so the 4 runs is helping, but there's no guarantee with this bullpen, I tell you.
No, we talked about it last week. I said we're the only club that can make a 4-run lead look interesting with 6 outs to go.
Yeah, I think they took Snell out of the game, so I'm waiting to see what they bring in. But anyway, they had a young kid warming up. Why don't you bring him in? So, but anyway, it's exciting to watch, and this town's full of Dodger fans for sure.
Oh yeah.
So,
You think we're better? You think George Culver is our guest? You think we're better than Toronto or Detroit?
I think we can beat him. Yeah. You know what's funny about our lineup? They look funny. I mean, the batting averages aren't there, but every day somebody different.
Yeah.
For the clutch hit every day.
Yeah, you're right.
So we'll find out. I mean, I think that Toronto's playing very well. Seattle's playing very well.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I think the Dodgers have a good chance to win it all. That's my feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever been on a playoff team?
No, we lost by a game or two to Atlanta in '69 when I was hurt half the season. I think if I'd have been healthy the whole season, I think we'd have won the pennant that year. But anyway, didn't work out. And I've been on a lot of teams that finished second.
Yeah.
And so it's a shame because you always want to make sure you get a chance to play in a playoff game of some sort. So
yeah, because I was just going to ask you what it must be like. I've dogged in the whole season long with his 190 average, but what it must be like to be Michael Conforto, to be in the lineup 130, 140 nights out of the season, and then Dave Roberts comes and tells you you're not going to play in the playoffs.
Well, same thing. They took a couple of pitchers off the list too.
Yeah.
DH and Kopech.
Yeah.
So they didn't deserve to be on. They didn't deserve to be on.
No, they didn't.
I'm surprised Conforto. They put a young kid. I guess he's a base stealer or maybe he's a defensive guy.
Oh, the fast kid? Yeah. Who hasn't?
I can't think of his name, but anyway, they put him on the roster in place of Conforto, which I thought was strange because the kid's never even. I think he got one at bat in the major leagues.
Yeah.
So
and Conforto, because again, I was not a fan all season long, but the last month he was hitting like 310.
Well, he was starting to hit. And
exactly.
He's a good outfielder, and I don't know. I don't know the reason. Maybe they can put him out for the World Series. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But
do you think? Go ahead.
Huh? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you think that Dave Roberts makes all the decisions, or does some come from Friedman and Kasten and maybe even the Guggenheims, for all we know?
Well, they live on stats.
Yeah.
They live on that data stuff. So
yeah.
I don't think Roberts gets enough credit. For, how do you take that bullpen and win 93 games?
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, nobody gives him enough credit. I know Dave very well. He's been in town here speaking for me before, and really good guy. And every time I go to LA to a game and he sees me down the field, he always comes over and says hello.
Yeah.
And I mean, that has not to do with how good a manager he is, but I watch him manage, and I mean, what are you going to do? You got no chance. You got no chance with the bullpen they've got. So
yeah.
Looks like they got Sasaki warming up.
I just saw that. The
8th inning. Oh wow. So panic is setting in, I think. So
yeah, as well it should with a 4-run lead with this ball club. You know,
they have. They got somebody could probably pitch the 8th inning. I wouldn't waste him for unless
2 innings.
Jam, but yeah.
Well, Sheehan looks like
they got the game 2 days from now.
Yeah, Sheehan looks like he's doing okay. He scares me to death, though.
He doesn't have a lot of experience, and doesn't have any experience in playoffs.
No.
And he did okay in the season, but that was as a starter, not as a reliever. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I'll leave you with this. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but is Clayton Kershaw? Let's take Jackie Robinson out of the picture just because of the things outside of baseball that he means. But is he the greatest Dodger? And is he the greatest Dodger pitcher?
Well, I think Koufax is the greatest pitcher.
That's what I've always said.
So I think Kershaw is one of the greatest ambassadors for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, you never see one negative thing about him anywhere.
Nope.
Classy. I mean, he does a lot of charity work.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for a better guy, and it's great that he's hung around all that time. I think it's great.
That ping pong tournament that he puts on raises millions of dollars. A ping pong tournament.
And he goes over to I think some country in Africa or something like that, and helps kids, and he's just a tremendous human being.
Yeah.
Great family. I think his wife's getting ready to have their 5th baby, so I think it's time for him to stay home. I think that's probably entered into him, but
yeah,
he's in the bullpen. We're able to see him make an impact on this unless Series 4's over with.
I wouldn't mind seeing him come in this 8th inning and set up a Sasaki, actually.
Yeah, because they got some lefties coming up next inning.
Yep,
So,
exactly. All right, George, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I really appreciate you coming on. Maybe we'll talk with you if the Dodgers advance throughout this thing.
Anytime, Ralph.
All right.
I'm always available.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, take care. George Culver, one of our favorite people. I got to do it. I do it every time he comes on. First time I meet George. Oh, don't shake your head. Yes, I've told it. How do you think I make a living, Chris? How do you think I make a living? I'm playing the Mercedes Championship and I'm running late. And it's I think the 15th hole at Rio Bravo. It's a dog leg right. 15, 16, 17. No, it's 14. 14, 15, 16 is the par 3, 17, it's 14. It's a dog leg right. And I'm late. They're already in the fairway. And so George is in the cart by himself waiting on me, and he's sitting in the middle of the fairway. And I'm standing on the tee, and I'm like, get out of the way. I'm about to hit. And he doesn't move. He's parked in the middle of the fairway. So I'm like, okay, old man, I'm going to buzz your cart. Watch this. And I slice it right. And it's a scramble, so we go and pick up my ball. And I said, by the way, why were you in the middle of the fairway when I was hitting? They said, well, I looked on the sheet. You were a 16 handicap. I figured that was the safest place on the golf course. Middle of the fairway. And, of course, he was right because I sprayed it in the trees right. Quick timeout. Coming right back. It's a Monday right here on the Ralph Bailey Show. News Talk 96.1 at AM 1180 KERN. We're streaming live at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Start your day right. First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday edition of the First Look program, certified water goddess and my oldest and dearest friend, Lois Henry from sjvwater.org. Will be joining us. Plus news and traffic and weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
You guys know that I'm not a really big fan of Halloween, but can we at least admit
So all day you've known what's happening before it happens?
It's really about a risque
So how'd you know?
of ladies wearing kitty cats and police uniforms and the dirty nurse, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that team was picked up at Casey's Steakhouse because on October 31st, Cassie Biddle is throwing a 1,001 night party, which is going to skip the costume party and join them for dinner and a belly dancing show. It's going to be a great night with a 5-course meal,
$10 to win like
two craft
$80.
cocktails, and photos with the belly dancers who'll be performing on F Street for 3 hours that night. Tonight you may not want to miss. October 31st, obviously Halloween night, beginning at 6:30 on F Street at KC Steakhouse.
They said
longtime sponsors of the Ralph Bailey Show.
Available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000.
Why
That's
would
the
you
average
do
amount of
that?
money people in the
Why
U.S.
would you
are
do
now
that?
spending on gas in a year.
I think
$5
he's
grand.
saying,
That's
why would
crazy.
you do
If you
that?
drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back
convinced
every
he was
time you get
safe.
gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start
I might
earning
give you
cash
$50
back
to
today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MILE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MILE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MILE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Yeah, you never.
You've got your whole life
You
ahead
never
of
reach.
you. So choose a
place
Medicare
it
plan
in
you
front
can
of the
count on.
bag.
And that's
It's the
what
first
you
thing
get
on
with
top
a
of the list,
Medicare
it's the
Advantage
second
plan
base.
from United Healthcare. With
You
more
never
than
reach.
45 years
You never
experience
reach.
serving its members,
You just lay
United
it, you
Healthcare
just-
has plans
you
with
grab
low
it and
monthly
you lay it in
premiums
front of the
that fit
bag.
your life today and
Let
as
it
your
run
needs
into it.
change tomorrow.
The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th. So go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
No, I think
United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's
remember, the
Medicare
initial
coverage
call is
California
out, so
can
there's got
count
to be
on.
enough.
Don't miss Megyn Kelly live on stage with special guests
I don't think
Charlie
there's enough.
Sheen and Victor Davis Hanson, November 20th at Dignity Health Arena. Get tickets now at MegynKelly.com. Presented by Y Refi and Sirius XM.
Graybeard here, host of the SolarWise radio show. Listen, nobody likes
I think it's
PG&E.
a
They're
tie.
outrageously expensive.
Yeah,
Join
that
me
makes it so
Sundays at
safe.
6 p.m. right here on Current Radio, News Talk 1180.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News
Ball
Talk
clearly
96.1 and AM 1180
They're gonna hold it.
KERN. Now, back to the Ralph Bailey Show.
On the base. Yeah. It's all that's mounted on the base. Told you. Told you. He was safe, but there wasn't enough to overturn it. I was stupid base running by Teo. He is becoming our albatross. Oh, I guess it's hard to say that when he broke the game open the other night, but top of the eighth, man. Take the base hit. We don't need, we need some insurance. Teo Hernandez just got through. And Freddie's coming up. Like, Freddie's not going to get a base hit with you on it first. We'd have runners on the corner with nobody out. That was ill-advised on Teo Hernandez's part. But Dodgers trying to that's beside the point. The question tonight with a 4-0 lead with 6 outs to go is what pyromaniac is coming out of left field? And are they really going to throw Sasaki for 2 innings? Game 2? I don't know. He's a starter, so going 2 would not be a big deal. But the issue is, can you go back to him? Or with a 2-0 lead, you ought to be able to wrap this thing up with 2 in Los Angeles. And, 2-0, if you lose 3 straight, I don't care who it is. You lose 3 straight, you don't deserve to advance. But that was ill-advised. But maybe not, because Freddie rolled out to the second baseman. It would have been a double play anyway, I suppose. So what difference does it make? 842-5376, 842-KER. Let's clean up the board, and I think I'm going to order some sushi tonight.
Let's see. I was a correctional officer at North Kern State Prison.
Ooh.
The inmates called the Department of Corrections the Department of Connections.
Really? So what is he saying? I don't understand what he's saying.
There could be a lot of ways you can take that, really.
Well, give me a scenario.
So I'm thinking in my head, either connections as in like they know people on the inside. Maybe there's people that do deals that aren't supposed to be done with criminals. I'm not sure. There's a lot you can really just assume from that. That's why I'm saying it's not really a good connection.
I know, because our criminal discussion today is based on sentencing, not what goes on inside the court or inside the prisons. But there is a lot of chicanery that goes on inside prisons. There's no question about that. But that has nothing to do with what happened out in Delano. Cesar Chavez, I know Scott has implied that it was an inside job, when in fact we've reported exclusively that it was based on 3 different sources out there that told me that Chavez, who later killed somebody down in Mexico, got out. Was it Hernandez? Was it Cesar Hernandez? I think it was Hernandez. That he made keys. That's how he broke out. In fact, they found keys in his cell, according to my sources. So I don't understand the point he's trying to make about it. Text back and further explain, or it shall remain a mystery. What else you got?
Someone has texted in saying that Sanchez was arrested in college for sexual assault, underage drinking, and a fake ID.
I told you he was always kind of a numbskull.
I wouldn't say always. Again,
well, if it started in college,
This was a one-time occurrence that he was technically acquitted for.
What did she say he was charged with?
The thing that they're referring to is the incident back in 2006 where there was a USC student that claimed that Mark had assaulted her. It was all, he was released on bond and all that type of stuff, but that was all put aside.
But what
The other two was underage drinking and a fake ID. What college kids don't do that? Come on now.
All right.
I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that to the texter. It's like
I never used a thing. I had a poker face. You know why I had a poker face?
What's that now?
Because I could drink at 18 in Atlanta.
True.
So when I would come back to LA at like 19, I could, and I have a baby. I almost said I have a baby face. I used to. I swear to God. But yeah, I looked younger than I actually was back in the day. But I was so accustomed to going into bars and ordering a drink. I could walk into a bar in LA at 19, 20 years old. I told you I used to go to the Playboy Club during the summers after playing golf because my dad's Playboy card said Ralphie Bailey. And
whatever works.
After the first 2 or 3 times, the bartender got to know who I was and wouldn't question me. But the first 5 times I'd go in the Playboy Club, he'd be like, "Let me see your ID." I'd be like, "Certainly, sir." There it is, Ralphie Bailey. Yeah, that's you, all right. Yeah, it certainly is. I'll have a Myers and OJ is what I drank when I was a kid back then. Myers.
Interesting combo.
I know. Oh, I loved it. I still drink it. I would drink it now, but my A1C would go out the roof.
Real quick, the texter texted in saying you make connections in prison. So I'm assuming they all meet each other in prison. And make connections that way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no rehab. I see what the point he's making. Yeah, there's no rehab. You make connections with crooked cats. They tell you how to stay alive. There's no such thing as rehab. No such thing. Quick time out. Last half hour of the broadcast, we'll unpack the Mark Sanchez story for you when we come back. Tomorrow's a Tuesday. Teresa Gola returns to the fold. In the meantime, it's the Ralph Bailey Show. I would stick around if I you.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. It's the eve of the 2-year anniversary of the Gaza war, and peace negotiations are taking place in Egypt. The White House is hopeful that Israeli-Hamas talks will lead to a release of hostages and a ceasefire. On Capitol Hill this evening, the Senate failed again to pass a GOP plan to fund the government and end the government shutdown. Now in its 6th day, the measure fell short of the 60 votes needed for passage. The Nobel Prize in Medicine goes to 3 scientists for key immune system discoveries. Their work uncovered a key pathway the body uses to keep the immune system in check. Experts called the findings critical to understanding autoimmune diseases such as type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, and lupus. On Wall Street, the NASDAQ and S&P 500 posted all-time highs. The Dow was down. This is SRN News.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm John Shearer. Pacific Gas and Electric wants feedback from the public on a proposed Wheeler Ridge Junction project. 3 open house events are scheduled for Bakersfield. The first is this evening at Friendship House Community Center at 6 p.m. The proposed infrastructure project would involve 27 miles of power lines across Bakersfield and parts of Kern County. The search for a suspect in an early Sunday morning Bakersfield homicide continues. The Bakersfield Police Department said they responded to the report of a shooting just before 1 a.m. Sunday morning on Meadow Vista Court in Bakersfield. Meanwhile, reports say the Kern County Coroner's Office has identified the man shot and killed as an 18-year-old resident of Bakersfield. I'm John Shear in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
When your business technology breaks down, you need help fast, and you need it from the people who understand your local market. That's one of the main reasons we've teamed up with Adaptive Networks, because we have a unique business. Because when our IT goes down, you hear nothing, dead air, and we're dead. Adaptive Networks isn't some faceless call center in another state. They're right here in our community, with local technicians who know Kern County businesses inside and out. And while other IT companies make you wait hours or even days for support, we just can't afford that. Adaptive Networks delivers lightning fast response times. We're talking minutes, not hours, because when your systems are down, every minute counts. Their team doesn't just fix your problem quickly. They treat you like the neighbor you are. Real people, real solutions, real results. Call Adaptive Networks today, 661-241-0638. Or visit adaptive-net.com. With 2 outs, 1
Adaptive
out?
Networks, your local IT experts, always here when you need them. Coming up on the Tuesday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show. Buck, that's me, going to be solo. Clay's going to be out. We're going to talk about the anniversary of the October 7th attack in Israel. We'll also update you with all of the latest on the government shutdown and the showdown between the Trump National Guard forces in Illinois and Portland. We'll discuss that and more coming up on the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show.
Live 9 to noon. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show. Live 9 to noon. Now back to the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Nitric sauces. What do I call it? What kind of thing is it? One man that could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Holy one. Was the son of a preacher man. Yes. I'm the grandson of a preacher man who died at his church, Tabernacle Church in Beaufort, South Carolina, where he is buried next to Robert Smalls. If you've ever followed me on Facebook, you can go through my videos. The last time I was in Beaufort, where I visited my dad's grave, I went to the church with my uncle, and he showed me the grave of Robert Smalls, who was a slave who was a double agent for the North. It's a great story. I love telling the story. He was part of a ship that cruised the southern South Carolina coastline with this old white man who was a very distinguishable man, because he wore a huge sun hat, a corncob pipe, and he had a big light blue Confederate jacket that he wore. So one night, Robert Small, who worked his boat, just said, screw this. I'm done with slavery. I'm done with this war and being a part of the Confederacy. And he stole the boat, stole his hat and his pipe and the jacket. And in the darkness, all they saw was the big hat and the corncob pipe, assumed it was him. He got his family out of Beaufort and sailed up to the north. And basically, his leverage was the fact that he knew where they had put mines in Port Royal, which is the harbor right off of Beaufort, South Carolina. And he was a huge, huge help to the North. So they embraced him. And after the war, he went back to Beaufort and became a huge businessman and politician. He is arguably, well, it's hard to say because Joe Frazier doesn't really, he never claimed Beaufort. He moved to Philadelphia when he was like 17, 18. And if you look up it'll say he was born in Beaufort, South Carolina, but it'll say he was from Philly. So my dad, I talked about this the other day. So my dad hated him. I mean, my dad left Beaufort when he was 18 years old, never looked back. Went to Morehouse for 4 years, went to Mary Medical School in Nashville, got in the Navy in New York, and then we moved to Los Angeles. My father lived in Beaufort for 18 years, and he always claimed Beaufort SC. When people asked him where, in fact, it used to embarrass me as a kid. People would ask him, where is he from? And he'd say, I'm from Beaufort, South Carolina. I said, Dad, we're from Los Angeles, California. We live in Ladera Heights. What's the matter with you? He loved him some Beaufort SC. And he resented the fact that Frazier did not and would not claim beautiful Beaufort. Beautiful city. But yeah, so I'm the son of a preacher man. But yeah, he finished his sermon and was walking off the dais and collapsed. They say he was dead before he hit the ground. A similar fate happened to Dennis Johnson. I was talking to somebody about Dennis Johnson on Facebook because Monty Wilson calls me Dennis Johnson just because I'm a rare brother with freckles, and Dennis Johnson had freckles. He was a really good scorer for Seattle. They won a championship up there, and then he got traded to the Celtics, and he is whom Larry Bird calls his favorite teammate, even above McHale and Chief and Ainge. He said DJ was my favorite teammate. And even, you remember the famous, are you watching the game?
No.
Okay, because I don't want you to watch the game because it's in ahead of me, and I don't want to see your face either way. I don't want to see it light up.
Oh, now you're actually on time. I fixed it.
Oh, it's on time?
Yeah, now we're on time.
Okay, good. What was I just talking about? You weren't paying attention. You have no idea what I was talking about.
I was working on stuff. I'm not going to lie to you. But you were talking about
Buford
and your dad not liking Frazier because Frazier never really said he was from Buford.
We're way past that. This
is a story about you, though, right?
I can't even remember now because now I'm all into the game because there's 2 strikes and it's a pop-up. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. 2 outs. No, that's the inning. We just need 3. So what do? Do you leave Sheehan in? It looks pretty tough. Or you bring in Roki. Oh, here's Mike Hart to spoil it for me. Are you sure that's on time? Because I'm not going to look at Hart's text.
I'm sure Hart's probably chiming in on more of what you were talking about.
Oh, he's going to tell me what we're talking about? Thank you, Mike. What were we talking about? Dennis Johnson. Thank you, Mike. That a boy, our associate producer. Yeah, I always got the look-alike Dennis Johnson just because we both have freckles. And Dennis Johnson, much like my grandfather, was coming out of he was a D-League head coach. And he had driven his wife's car to work and parked in his designated slot that said head coach Dennis Johnson. And he and 2 of his assistants were coming out, and they were laughing at the fact that he got a ticket because he was in his wife's car. And they said literally as he pulled his head back to laugh, he kind of clutched his chest and hit the ground, and he was dead before he hit the ground. Isn't that the best way to go?
Yeah.
Just like bing, bang, bong. No,
you don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, you just happened. You just kind of have a deep breath, and probably for a millisecond. That's what I've always wondered. Did my dad know? They were going to Los Angeles. It was early in the morning. Thank God my mother was running late. And they lived across from Applebee's, and he was going up to White Lane and Gosford to put some gas in the car. He paid the woman, and they heard a crash. My dad was trying to leave and hit one of those metal stands, and he was slumped over the car. And I always wonder, did he know? I think he knew because he'd already had 2 heart attacks. And I think once you have a heart attack, you know the feeling, the sensation. And they declared him dead. That was horrible day. Do you know we could not get his body because his physician was out of town? And we had to get Dr. Sewsbury, his best friend, to claim that he was his physician. And Dr. Sewsbury is a pediatrician. And just to get my father's body, we had to have Sewsbury sign the death certificate because, and I won't name the hospital, they would not release him. And I was on the phone all afternoon. That's after I went to my mother's house. That's how I spent my afternoon the day my dad died, fighting with a hospital to try to get his body. It was just a crazy, crazy day. It really, really was. Just the single, not even close, single worst day of my life. He was 56 years old. He was about to turn 57. This was June. He was about to turn 57 in August. His birthday is 2 weeks after mine and 2 weeks and 3 days after his wife. And I'm just sad that like all my dear friends now never got to meet him, like Mike Arier and Zucchini and those guys never got to meet him. Some of my colleagues got to meet him. Rob Walters got to meet him. I've told this story 1,000 times. I was the weekend anchor, meaning when the main anchor leaves, you have to do the main anchoring during the week. And I was anchoring during the week with Heather Trees. And as I've always said, the kicker, which is the final story of the newscast, unlike this show when I go modeling in the last half hour for some reason, it just always happens like the fast 15 minutes. Oh yeah, let me tell you this one story about this lady that died. But in television news, the kicker is either, and pay attention to this, because you'll think of me when you see it, the last story is either about animals, food, or children. Period, end of sentence. Period, end of sentence. Animals, food, or children. Period, end of sentence. And this food was about the biggest pumpkin in North America. And so we finish up, and the director says in our ears, we're a minute late. And I'm a weekend anchor, so and I wasn't very good. And I'm like, oh God, a minute? Like in television, a minute is like forever. And I was doing it with Heather Trees, and she said, boy, that could certainly make a bunch of pumpkin pies, boy. And I was like, pumpkin pies? Who eats pumpkin? Now remember, I'm still new to Bakersfield. And I'm used to, my culture, and I just assume everybody does what my family did. And I go, it's sweet potato pie for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And Heather was like, I've never had a sweet potato pie. And literally, you know how sometimes I forget. Yeah. I was like, are you serious? You've never had sweet potato pie? You've never had a slice of sweet potato pie? That's great. Oh, we're doing television. That's crazy. Well, that's going to do it for us. And the next day was my day off. I had Thursday, Friday off. And I come back on Monday, and the whole staff is like, and I'd seen my parents that weekend. Didn't say a word to me. I come in that Monday, and the staff is like, your parents are unbelievable, Ralph. I know. No, I mean it. They really are. I go, I know. They raised me. What's the big deal? Well, they came in on Friday with 3 sweet potato pies, and everybody had sweet potato pie. I'm like, what? I didn't get a crust. I didn't get a piece. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, it was great. You're right. It's sweet potato pie. And I was like, that's just my parents. I said my dad was in his freaking surgical gear. Like, that's my dad. He put a sport coat on over his surgical gear when he come home. I was like, so stupid. So yeah, my colleagues met him, but my close friends never got to meet him, which is sad because he was a good guy, really good guy. Let's go and take our final break. Oh, God dang it. I didn't call bento sushi. Can they do it in 20 minutes? Can they cut up some salmon and yellowtail?
Well, remember, you're going to have a little bit extra time because you have to do that extra promo too.
I have to do what?
You have to do the extra promo for the...
Oh, yeah. And I ain't leaving till this thing's over. I'm not going to be in a car in the 9th inning. You done lost your mind. Who is that, Chris? Tell me that's Roki.
Blake Trinan.
Oh, no! No, say it's not why Roki's sitting down. Blake Trinan? No, don't you do it, Dave Roberts. You better put that Asian kid in that ball game. Oh, no. Say it ain't so. Blake Trinan I'll bet you $20 he walks or hits somebody. Whether he gets out of it or not, I'll bet you $20 he walks or hits at least one batter. Blake Trinan, you gotta be kidding me. Just bring the gas can in with you, Blake. You pyromaniac. It ain't over yet, y'all. Final timeout of the day. Tomorrow's a Tuesday. Teresa Golden returns to the fold. And we'll continue to pump up our great Kern County Honor Flight fundraiser. Honor Flight 51 wheels up on Monday. Our fundraiser is on Thursday. I need your help badly. We're going to raise $50,000 this year. I can't do it without you guys, and you come through every single year. This is the 8th or 9th year. I'll tell you when we come back. In the meantime, you're listening to the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 at AM 1180 KERN, where we're streaming live at kernradio.com. Hey Siri.
News Talk 96.1
Call
and AM
Bento
1180 KERN.
On the next Armstrong and Getty show, the Supreme Court is off and running for their fall session, and we will bring you the big decisions as they happen without left-wing spin. We'll actually help you understand what the rulings mean.
How'd the big peace meeting with Hamas
Hey,
go?
it gets me.
How's
I
the
forgot
shutdown
again.
going? We'll check in on all those stories on the next Armstrong and
You can get me
Getty
done by
show.
6:05,
Weekdays
6:10.
2 on News Talk
Okay,
96.1
great. Thank
and
you.
AM 1180 KERN.
All right, I'll see you in a little while. Bye-bye.
This is your intrepid news reporter, Scoop Newsman, coming to you live from a helicopter high above the historic Santa Margarita Ranch. From this break reporter's lofty vantage point, I can see preparations are continuing for the return of the Jingle Bell Express that will whisk
I
passengers to
can see
Santa's
clearly
Village.
now.
Reports all that
The
the historic
rain.
Jingle Bell
We're bringing in
Express
Blake
will
Trinan.
be
It's
pulling
over. We're
amongst
gonna
their
lose.
cadre of rolling stock,
We're gonna lose.
genuine original Disney train cars. Once you arrive,
Stupid.
kids
Doesn't
and
make
adults
sense.
will be entertained like
Society's
never
got it
before
fucking
with a
going
mystic
on.
magic show, a charming Christmas market, adorable pony rides, and more food, fun, and frivolity than ever. The Jingle Bell Express will be arriving at the historic Santa Margarita Ranch November 28th and running until December 21st. But get your tickets now. This reporter also has a source deep inside Santa's Village that has confirmed that if your plans change, your tickets can change too from now until November. So make sure you reserve your seats on the Jingle Bell Express by going to christmasatthemargarita.com
I
before
can
the
see
Christmas train
all
passes you by.
obstacles in my way.
Please meet Paul Sheldon's client, Rod Geis.
Hello, Kern County. This is Rod Geis.
Boy, a
My
base
wife
hit
and
would
I
go a long
recently
way right
changed
here.
our health care coverage to Medicare. We were so fortunate to have found Paul Sheldon. Paul and his associates Kelly, Lynn, and Christine were indispensable in guiding us through the transition. They have comprehensive knowledge and experience in all aspects of insurance,
Never been to
Medicare,
that stadium.
and the option. They listened to our
I have been to
questions
Philly.
every time we walked in the
driven by
door,
there.
and they followed up very promptly with the answers we needed. With Paul's help, we made the best decisions.
And maybe
for
next
us.
September,
The process
when I'm
was
in Philly, I'll go to a
painless,
ball
and we
game.
now have comprehensive
Wouldn't
medical
that be
coverage
nice?
at a very affordable price. So if you were considering retirement and a change to Medicare coverage, Paul Sheldon Insurance Benefits and Planning is hands down the best place you can go.
When Medicare matters, our team has the answers. Team Paul Sheldon.
398-2298.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MILE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MILE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MILE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You're listening to The Ralph Bailey Show. Catch me weekday morning, 6 to 9 a.m. on First Look with Scott Cox, News Talk
on a Monday. Mark Sanchez has been released from the hospital where he was stabbed Sunday morning in Indianapolis. He was scheduled to do the Raider-Colt game. Did you see any of that?
Yeah, but mostly off red zone.
What's wrong with us?
40 unanswered points is it's hard to really fathom.
And another blocked kick from the outside guy.
Really?
Another block kick from the outside guy, you have to understand, never blocks kicks. He just can't get there. And you've got somebody that kind of chips him even. But apparently we don't have a guy that blocks him. And for the second consecutive week, they blocked a field goal that could have won the game last week. They blocked a punt this week from the outside guy. And in the 21st century, kicks are blocked by the middle guys for several reasons. A, defensive linemen now are 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", and B, these guys are kicking 50, 60-yard field goals so routinely that sometimes they hit a little low and they hit a line drive because they're trying to power it so badly. But I'm telling you, Chris, it's the biggest change in sports has been speeding up baseball and the length of field goal kicking in the NFL. I've never seen anything like it. Where like 55 is like, yeah, 55. Who was I watching? I was watching somebody, and he hit a 52-yard field goal to end the game. Who won with a 52? Was it Tampa Bay? No.
Oh, Tampa. Tampa did win by
Was
a
it
field
Tampa?
goal.
And the guy hit it in the net from 52.
Doesn't surprise me.
Which means what? What would you guess that is?
60.
That's got to be. That's at least 10 yards.
Yeah.
From the back of the end zone to the net.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's got to be 10 yards.
I'm waiting for someone to break this record, the 64-yarder. It's going to happen this year.
And you know who's going to do it, don't you?
I'm assuming it's going to be that kicker from Dallas.
Exactly.
Aubrey. Or
that
whatever.
kid is stupid.
Yeah, he is.
And you know how he started, don't you?
Well, he was a professional soccer player at first.
But do you know how he got interested in the NFL?
Yeah, because he was just sitting around at home and his wife told him, well, you could miss kicks like that.
Exactly. And he was like, you know what? She's right. And he went out that afternoon, went to a high school, started kicking.
Right.
And then he was like, damn, I just made that from 50.
Well,
and got a coach. And now he's clearly, now that your boy was messing around in massage parlors and he's clearly the best kicker in football right now. Not even close. Not even close. If all Dak has to do is get him to midfield. And the way I'm now not starting to like the kickoff.
Why
because if you don't get it to the 20, the ball comes out to what, the 40?
Yeah.
So what? You need with that guy, you need one pass. You need one 10-yard out and you're in field goal range.
That's kind of the point, though, is because with this new format, the squib kick would essentially be the new onside. And if you placed it anywhere between the group of guys that are blocking for you and the 20-yard line, it's dang near an automatic pickup.
So what? You have to kick it between the 20 and the goal line.
Yes, that's the retrieval zone.
And if you kick it in the end zone, it comes out to the 35.
20, yeah, the traditional touchback. Yeah,
but if
30,
it doesn't
25.
reach the 20, it goes to the 40.
As if it was kicked out of bounds, yeah.
Yeah, see, if my guy can't get it to the 20, I'm going to fire his ass.
See, that's what I'm saying. But it's a weird middle ground right now because you have to find that perfect squib kick that'll land at the 20 and roll, because that's what they're trying to do right now, so they can pin guys back rather than just kick it into the end zone and have these guys run it out from there.
All right, so real quick, let's wrap it up with the timeline of Mark Sanchez and the stabbing arrest Friday night, technically Saturday morning. I'm reading from, I forget what paper I stole this from. Mark Sanchez, 38, is in Indianapolis to serve as a Fox Sports analyst for the Raiders-Colts game on Sunday. He's observed acting, quote, erratically, doing, quote, wind sprints in the alley behind Low Miller's Pub and Eatery in the downtown.
Yeah,
why? Just after midnight, a grease truck driver picking up cooking oil from a nearby hotel parks his truck in the loading dock, blocking the alley where Sanchez is doing sprints. Sanchez approaches the driver to try to get him to move and eventually gets into an altercation where he body slams him toward the wall, the 69-year-old man, and then to the ground. The driver sprayed Sanchez with mace or pepper spray, but the former NFL quarterback continues attacking him. The driver pulls a knife and stabs Sanchez 2 or 3 times in the chest, believing, quote, this guy is trying to kill me. Sanchez turns around and heads up the alley. In fact, there is video of him holding his wound and staggering up as he staggers back into the bar where the cops finally find him. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department officers respond to a report of a person shot. They locate Sanchez in Low Miller's pub. It's later reported that Sanchez is uncooperative and responding officers. He tells the detective he can only remember, quote, grabbing for a window and nothing else about the incident. Sanchez is rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The driver also suffered, quote, significant injuries, lacerations to his cheek, and jaw with a cut that allegedly went through his cheek and hit his tongue. Saturday, Sanchez undergoes surgery for stab wounds to his chest and is stable. He is arrested at the hospital and charged with misdemeanor counts of battery resulting in injury, public intoxication, and unlawful entry of a motor vehicle. On Sunday, he's discharged from the hospital and transferred directly to central booking for Marion County Jail, where he reportedly posts $300 cash bond. His charges have been upgraded since to a level 5 felony, battery causing major injury. That's going to do it for us. Blake Trinan has already put somebody on base. Was it a walk? Did I win the $20? And Alex Vesia is warming up, and there's no sight of Roki Sasaki. Somebody please explain this to me. Walk me through this, because I got a really bad feeling. I really do. They're bringing in the pyrotechnics, the pyromaniacs, the arsonists. Oh, what are you going to do? In the meantime, I want to thank Kathy Abernathy and George Culver. For Chris Burdick, I'm Ralph Bailey. That's what's really going on. Wrap to you tomorrow.
This is AM.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Why do they do this to me? Why? And look at Roki, just sitting out there. He got lucky. Got him a swing of the ball. Unfreaking believable. Are there any outs? There are no outs, huh? Unfreaking believable. You have got to be fucking kidding me. Is this the ninth? Now, do not throw him another strike. You bet not throw him You bet not throw him another fucking strike. You got him 0-2. You better not fucking throw him a strike. You better not throw him a fucking strike. That a boy. He went. Oh! He totally went. All right, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, no, he went. He totally went. You still don't throw him a strike.
Blooper! Blooper! Casty!
Got
Why
it.
are you going for so? What the fuck? How the fuck did he make it?
I don't think he did.
No, he called him safe.
I know, but we can look at it.
Well, no, because you guys used your review already. Remember? Because you used on Teo. So you can't look at it.
This is unbelievable. Threw him a strike. He threw him a fucking strike. 1-2. He threw him a strike. No,
Oh
he
my
missed
God,
him.
he missed. See, right there. How do you not fucking hit his hand? What the fuck?
Why don't you just lay it down? Just lay it down.
Yeah, just lay it down on him. See, why are you going for that hand?
Oh, we still got, I think you get 2 challenges.
Oh, you do get a challenge.
This is unfucking believable. What am I doing?
Ordering your dinner, probably.
He missed him.
I can't believe you fucking missed that hand. See it white. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'd be fucking freaking out too there, Casty. You fucking ass all year.
Come on, give us a break.
That miss right there is fucking wild to me. Stands.
If he leaves in Shrine, and I'm going home.
Well, we gotta bust out those promos first, but.
Oh, you think? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's over. It's over. There's no way Vessia gets 3 outs. And he's got to face 3 guys. There's no way. It's over. So what am I doing?
2 normal promos like we always do. 1 in show, 1 for tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
you got to do 1 for the Honor Flight fundraiser next week.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
3, 2. So the Attorney General's race in Virginia involving this guy, Jay Jones, who 3 years ago texted about the speaker in Virginia, Todd Gilbert, dying, getting shot in the head, and his wife watching their baby die so they can understand grief and maybe change policy. He is going to change the gubernatorial race. He may change the midterms because the Democrats are not running away from this guy. And what he said is absolutely disqualifying. 3, 2. It's that man again. Look what's coming up on the Tuesday TRBS. Well, it's a Tuesday. Teresa Golden, our former federal magistrate judge, joins us. And will it be blues or nothing but blue skies for the Dodgers? We'll talk about that tomorrow as well. All that, me at 3. It's TRBS, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. I'll see you at 3. It's too close. That's too close. That's too close. You got to go up above his head or completely and totally out of the strike zone. You don't throw that guy a strike, or you bust it in on his hands, but you don't let him extend his bat. And now here comes Mr. Vesia, who's going to walk this guy. Who you got coming up? 7, 8, 9? And they're going to bunt him to third. I'd walk it. Walk it. Woo! Wow. Wow. They're saying they're not going to. That's a huge play by Vesia. Because Smith was telling him to go to first. And he's so stupid, it's a force play. He's so stupid, he almost got injured. It's a force play. You don't have to tag him. It's a force. There was runners on first and second.
There's only a runner on second.
Oh. That was first and second.
No.
Okay, it's a good thing you tagged him. Now give us a ground ball and get us out of here.
Oh, now you throw Roki.
Yes. And you can't pitch him for 2 more batters.
You have to have Vesia go through 3. Come on, Bader.
Give us a little ground ball to Mookie. Come on, son. A little ground ball to Mookie. Oh, jeez, he's going to walk him. He's going to fucking walk him. Come on, Vesia. Oh, Jesus is going to walk him. Oh, Lord have mercy. We can't even get guys to fucking throw strikes. You're a fucking relief pitcher. You can't throw strikes. Now he can't even throw the curveball. He's waiting on the fastball. And that's not even in the zip code. Ooh, they call that a strike?
He went.
Oh, they said it was a swing?
Yeah, he broke.
I was about to say that was not in the zip code.
Nah, he broke. That's the only thing I can think of.
Throw another one up there.
Let's go.
Jesus, we're so bad. We're so fucking bad. We are so fucking bad. It's just absolutely remarkable. We still got to do the thing.
No, I know.